all gathered around the dining table once again. Yeah, I think the last things I said was discussed was you were going to go to Kresk. Apparently the abbot there might know things that can help you guys, and possibly finding out where this place with a winding, whatever it was on the Taroka card that said about the place in the hill, in the mountains with the winding stair and all that stuff. But also, I know in the morning you had a couple of housekeeping things you wanted to do before you set off. I believe young Tripp needed to go and visit with a certain blacksmith. And there may have been something else that somebody wanted to do. I don't recall.
I want to give her the book I'm borrowing.
That's right. It's all about you, isn't it? It's all about you. Let's do all the things you want to do.
Yeah, that's I pick up the most side quests because I'm trying so hard to be a good person.
Ironically, in the song, my favorite line was, I never remember to get her novella, and then you actually did remember it
because I wrote it into the song,
and that's why you remembered, because you.
That is why I remembered, is because I wrote the song.
And also, by chance, you actually had an opportunity to get novellas, which doesn't happen very often. So there we go.
No.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah. So if everybody rests up for the night, unless anybody else has got anything else to do, or wants to do anything, if you want to have any further discussions on what you should or shouldn't do, by all means do so. But if not, we'll fast forward till tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow's great.
Sounds like tomorrow's a thing, then.
I love tomorrow.
Tomorrow is great.
I have so many things to
love
do
tomorrow
from over the years that I've just...
Right.
It's time.
Let's see, where is my Balaki map? Oh, it just disappeared. Where'd it go? Oh, that's weird. Moved when I went to... That'd be wicked. There it is. Huh.
I'm assuming we're going to do these things while leaving tomorrow, Satch?
Yeah, just
on the way out.
Yeah.
I don't want to take up time with it. Just picking up the thing that I bought. And...
All right. So you're going. First thing you're going to do is you're going to head back to the blacksmith and pick up your suit of chainmail. This suit of chainmail was dug up from a grave, and taken from a fallen knight of the order up in Argynvostholt, and brought back here and given to a blacksmith who spent, while he's not gifted enough to make armor, believed he would be gifted enough to kind of oil it down, get all the rust off, and kind of restore it as best he can. And he has done a pretty good job. So, I mean, you now have a suit of chainmail.
Cool.
With all the advantages and disadvantages that go along with it.
Shoot, what was his name? I wanted to remember. I forgot. Anyway.
Bob.
Yeah, no, okay, cool. So I have regular chainmail, not rusty gross chainmail.
Yes, you have regular chainmail. Chainmail that actually works. And doesn't leave a horrible red stain on all your clothes.
Don the chainmail and doff the leather.
Okay.
Because that seems overkill.
You know, it's 5e. Doesn't help you.
Doesn't help me.
Yep. So, yeah, that boosts your AC a little bit, gives you a base AC of 16th, but don't forget it does mean disadvantage on dexterity stealth checks.
Okay.
That is the downside of wearing chainmail.
Never really
it's
been
considered
good at
heavy
this,
armor. So
that's just okay.
Not so good at being stealthy, but better at being punched. You're a better punchy now. Okay. And
Probably,
after that...
Make sure we have replaced rope just in case we lost any on that
Okay, you're going
going across the
to
river.
run around and pick up...
still okay, right?
Make sure everybody's
Rope
got
do we
some
actually
rope and
have?
stuff, because it
Okay.
seems to be something you guys use a
Definitely
bunch.
need more rope.
Just always need that rope.
Can always use more rope, guys. Good.
Yes.
That's it. All right.
Seems to be a river
so,
where we're going. So
on the way out of
know.
town, you guys are heading to the little church there, and going in and giving.
Yeah, I'm just gonna run up, drop off the book, like secretly, because I don't want the priest to know about it, because they're probably. Well, they haven't done anything to check in on her well-being, and they're happy to have her be bored, so I'm assuming she's probably not allowed to have the book according to the rules of the church. So...
well, it's more that she is, when you get there, I mean, it is very, like, you go into the back room where she's staying, and she is, like, tapping her fingers, like, on the table, and she's, like, got the same book half open. And, like, literally as you walk in, she just, like, slams it and slides it off the desk with her hand in contempt, like, I'm done with this. So when you actually stick your head in, she... Oh, visitors! Wonderful! I haven't seen a different face for, I don't know. It's been a very long time.
It has. I'm so sorry. It took me forever to do this, but I'll get the book out and give it to her.
She's like, could it be something different for me to read?
Yeah, it comes recommended
you.
from the Modikovs, so hopefully it's enough to stifle the time passing.
Well, it will certainly give me something to concentrate on other than these four walls, the random group of peasants that come in every day, and this one mind-numbingly boring book that I have had to read for the last 2 months. Bless you for bringing this to me. She said, in no uncertain terms, I must admit there have been times where I have thought about whether I would be better not existing anymore. And, well, I will not lie to you, only a couple of nights ago I wondered whether I should just wander off out of the gates into the dark woods and let whatever happens happen. But this brings me a spark of hope. I thank you so much for this.
If it's any entertainment, I guess I can also tell you some of what's been going on.
Oh, I'd love to hear tales of stories, please.
I start to play Mr. Brightside.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, to her, this is like an absolute, like, you know, it's just elevating her mood. I mean, can you imagine being stuck in the back room of a church, not able to leave for the length of time, when you're originally someone that is so highly spirited and full of life as she is? So, I mean, it's almost been a fate worse than death. So, having some entertainment and getting some books to read, it's a big deal. It really helps to lift her spirits and stuff. So, she's very, very grateful.
And I basically just clue her in on the whole, hey, the Fanes are reconsecrated. I don't know if that's, like, a huge deal to you, but, like, it's pretty cool, right?
No, I mean, she'll comment that, the sky seemed a little brighter yesterday, and dare she say it felt like it was a few degrees warmer. But that could have just been wishful thinking, she thinks. So, you know.
Yeah, I'm actually going to... Well, the church has wine, doesn't it? But it probably doesn't let her... Oh, wait,
it has communal wine.
I'm gonna leave my prized wineskin with her.
Okay.
As well, and just be like, hang in there. We're almost to the point where things are going to be better.
Gotcha. Well, also you have reconsecrated two. You've got 2 of the stones, so you now have the red grape mash and the what's the other one?
Wine.
It's not the champagne.
You don't have champagne de la Stomp has not been. It's the grape mash something or other in the dragon, whatever it's called. But yeah, you've got 2. One wine has basically been brewed and is readily flowing out from the vineyard again. The other one, it's going to be a little while before it hits the streets, but you know, but it's now back on the menu, boys.
And then And then I'll just kind of leave and get with my family so we can go, because I always feel bad taking the time to check in on people that we've screwed royally.
Welcome back, Trip.
Yep.
How'd it go?
Okay, about how long are you going to spend there?
I imagine it would take me a half hour. To,
Okay, so you spend about half an hour
like
with
hang
her.
out enough to
Okay.
feel okay leaving.
Yeah, like
It'll
conveniently
be
get to that
10
point.
minutes of visit and 20 minutes of trying to say goodbye with the door
What's up,
open.
Pub Vegas? I
Trip is
must be going
canonically
now. I
Midwestern.
really must be going now. What was that?
Oh,
What was
she's
that,
surviving.
Dad? Oh, sorry, I'm coming.
How's she for surviving, Trip?
She's managing. I give her a book. It'll help.
Did you tell her about the statue of her and
Oh, I didn't. I should, shouldn't I?
well,
I
Gemma, why
know
don't
if
you just send
should.
that to her? You know, use your thought things.
What? I have to see her to do that.
Can we draw you a picture? Would that work?
Do you think she'd really want to know about that, though,
How
right
about
now?
we handle Kresk really quick and then come back and do that?
She might freak out and leave if we do something like that.
Yeah.
She's stuck in this provincial life, so I don't think it's going to go well. Tell her there's a statue of her somewhere.
I mean,
Statue of
go
someone
look
that
for
looks
it.
a lot
yeah,
like
no,
you. At
she's
least.
too adventurous. she would go to check it out. And there was a lot of stuff down there that wasn't
Yeah,
necessarily pleasant.
you guys are right. Her life is pretty
That
professor.
word.
Professor.
Provincial, Uncle.
Provision. Yeah, she got provision.
2 of them.
Hey, maybe take some reading and talking classes.
There you are.
Dang.
I
Wow,
can talk
you
just
really-
fine.
Say provincial.
Provincial.
Okay.
Hey,
Well,
Gemma,
there you
really
go.
quick.
He did it.
Gemma,
He
just
did.
really quick. Just want to put
Yes.
it out there. So you excel at knowing these big words, right? But a lot of people, they don't
Indubitably.
know they don't know the big words.
Barely
you're
got that
using.
one out.
So I just want to put it out there. Seth is a pretty
God.
big, strong guy, and granted, he's level-headed, and we know this. But if you were to just tell any large, strong man to say provincial with that look on your face, like you know things they don't and will never know, which might or might not be true, because the likelihood of a random huge person knowing magic is kind of low. Anyways. Maybe don't just go around insulting people's intelligence. That's not necessarily smart.
I didn't. I was teaching him a new word. How is that insulting intelligence?
He doesn't know what it
He's
means.
a learned man now. He
didn't
knows
teach-
what
I'm
provincial
standing
means.
right here.
You just said a
I
word.
can hear
Apple.
all of this.
Right?
Look.
Don't you feel smarter, Uncle?
I'm not a smart man, but that's okay. But I'm a wiser man than you, Gemma. And I know that in my heart.
Well,
Okay, well, she's not a man, first of all, so
yes, let's make that clear. I
Got her there.
I'm a
Female?
wiser person than Gemma.
I mean, we can have a contest about it if you'd like.
I can prove it to you right now.
Okay.
You want to trust an evil cat to live in our home when we're beset by bad things. I want to kill it. I'm wiser.
You're wiser because you want to kill
Because
an
I know
undead
better.
cat who's already
That is known to be
deceased.
evil, and we can't
Well, yeah,
possibly
'cause it-
trust it. And we
In-
know that Strahd uses animals and beasts to spy on us.
I don't think.
And
you
we're
can
trying to stop him.
You
But
can
mathematically it
definitively
checks out,
say your
actually.
opinion's different. But
I
that-
see. I see.
No,
I see
I'm
it. It's
right.
working.
wiseness. It's just difference of opinion.
that- Is me
No,
being
that's-
wiser.
Yeah,
I
no,
think
that's-
maybe you
that's
guys
having
have to
the, that's
both
having
try
the
to
will
solve a
wit-
puzzle.
witness evil, and yeah. No.
The fact that we still have that in our house when we're trying to do bad things to the person who rules over everything, he's not smart.
He has nothing to do with Strahd.
We don't know that.
I do
Well,
know
there you go.
this.
Just you said it yourself. We don't know, so therefore
Ye-
you can't know.
So
Your
you
answer
can't possibly,
is so.
brother, you can't possibly trust it.
Well, aside for that one time, he's been pretty nice.
One
Bang,
time.
bang.
So
You know, and
if
the
we
kids do
hear
need to have an animal around,
howling,
it's
if we hear
important.
howling outside our door, we're going to go, well, we don't know if it's the neighbor's dog who's very nice and kind or a wolf. So let's put the baby outside because it could be a nice dog
Well,
and it'll be fine.
I think you're kind of overgeneralizing maybe a little bit there. That's
No,
a
I mean what
apples
you're
and
saying
oranges
is
kinds of situation here.
What you're saying is there's a potential
The
for
cat
danger.
doesn't howl though, so
There's a potential for danger, and you're saying, yeah, a difference of opinion. Let's just welcome the danger.
it's not so much welcoming. I mean, like I said, I think the kids need an animal around the house. I think it's good for
Well, now we have you.
responsibility building. But I'm not an animal.
Femur
Seth.
is my pet, and I love him or her.
Yes, we're
That's
still
all it
unclear
boils
on
down
that.
to. I am quite attached.
See,
So- You are more in love with your pet than, say, your family.
I love my family dearly.
Not nearly enough.
Why not? I
Well,
can
you're-
disagree with you and still
This is not disagreeing.
love
This
you,
is you being told that that thing is actively endangering us,
but it's not.
but the odds are it is.
well, you don't know that, Seth. You just said
The
you don't
odds
know.
are it is. It's
But what
evil.
if it's not? We didn't think those crows were being
It
very
is-
helpful, but then it turns
Hey,
out they
hey,
were.
Uncle.
If I saw a bunch of crows screaming above my head, I would be kind of worried. But in fact, they were
Douglas,
helping us.
It's evil. It is said
Okay,
it's
I'll be
you
right
have
back.
figured
I
it
gotta
out.
take care
It's
of Norman.
evil.
Speaking of cats that are evil,
I'm just saying it's evil.
I
What,
also wanna
Octavius?
put
You
it
were going
out
to say
there.
something?
I also
Yes,
want to put it out there.
Octavius?
I can smell that it's evil personally. I don't know if y'all can smell evil, but I can, and it does. So there's always that.
okay. Well, so Trip has a better reasoning than you do, Seth. So
We already knew it was evil.
We've talked
Gemma
about it, but I was
told us it
ignored,
was
so
evil.
I didn't bring it up again because my wisdom isn't as strong as Seth's, and frankly, I'm done dealing with it. I would
I
like it
think-
dealt with.
we can win on our side by being good and having a good life for it, and maybe it'll be on our side. It might still be evil, but
Dad,
evil's who you ask, you know.
Dad, I just want to put this out there. When's the last time you were in a bar fight?
Oh.
I've never been in a bar fight.
Okay, so one thing I've learned in my travels with Uncle Seth is the person who everyone knows fights dirty will always fight dirty even if you fight nice. Like, you can be like, hey,
Right.
if you seem a little hurt, we can slow down. You can be putting on a bit more of a show for everybody, whatever. He's still gonna try to bite your ear. He's still gonna pull something out. He's still gonna do that, and everyone knows he does this, no matter how nice you are to him. If the cat's an evil cat, which, in fact, the cat is so evil I can smell it, then my assumption is it's going to fight dirty no matter how nice we are to it.
And you might be right, but also you might be wrong. What if, like I said, he does have a little evil streak in him because he's an undead skeleton cat. That just can't be helped. I'm sure when he had his skin and his meat and flesh on him, he was a nice cat. We don't know what forced him to be animate for some reason as Bones. Obviously, some evil is at work there.
We do know
so
exactly what
Yeah,
caused
I
it to
think
be
that might be
evil.
the
It was an
reason.
evil wizard.
It was an evil
An evil
fucking
cat?
kid who
Okay.
blew up an attic trying to kill us.
Who had nothing to
Yes.
do with Strahd.
Right. So the
But
cat
Everything
was
what
here
he
has
did
to
to
do
the
with
cat.
Strahd.
the
That's
cat
what
was
it is.
construction.
I would put forward, are we destined to be the mirror image of our creators? Or can we not have our own free will and destiny?
See,
Shut up.
look at that. That was a good point there.
Have you been reading my
Octavius.
journal again?
Yeah, that was too
Yes.
deep for how young you were. I'm sure that was Tripp's line.
I couldn't help myself. I found it in
I'm gonna flip to the page in my book where it says that.
Wow,
I'm
you're not
sorry.
supposed to read other people's journals.
We
Well,
did talk about this, guys. You gotta stop reading each other's journals.
I did discover it in his bottom vault, so it was quite a easy find, to be honest. I clocked it a while ago, and I snuck
And
in there
now-
when it was dark at the dead of night and broke in and read it.
The punishment for that is, remember, he's allowed to ask you one thing in the next
What?
1 week, and you have to say yes. That's how it goes.
Yes.
That is the rule. We
Okay.
made this because you guys just
Okay.
kept reading each other's journals, and I.
And this is in no way improv spur of the moment talk.
This is a family tradition that we have well established. It's in our notes that we talked about when we made our
Yes.
characters.
Exactly.
Commit
And
a dare
usually
against the
it's
family, they get a
back
truth
home,
against you.
we would just say, we'll give you something from under our bed. You could have
Right.
one thing, but we don't
Right.
have that anymore. So
No.
Yes. So
Fine. The one ask request shall be granted when called upon. That is fair in the way of things.
Yeah, I have to do it within the next week, though.
Correct.
That's right.
Who knows how that is in this campaign, though? So you might have 4 years. Who knows?
time is very strange. This is true.
This place is just strange with time.
Yes.
So
All
are
right.
we
Well,
there
this is the area you're heading to.
Should have to be there by now. For all that arguing.
Oh, were you traveling while arguing?
Yeah, I assume that's why we were going on.
We were
Okay.
trying to make it more interesting than just, and we're here.
Right. Okay. Well, yeah, you guys were pretty much told not to dally and to not be in and around the outsides of Kresk once it got too dark because it was very not safe. Apparently, there were horrible, evil things lurking in the night. That is one of the reasons why Kresk has a massive wall around it. So you guys are gonna travel in that direction. You already kind of know your way to this area here. You've just never gone past this. In the past, you've kind of gone south. Once you get to the Raven River Crossroads, you see the Weatherworn signpost next to the road. There are 3 arms on the signpost along the 3 branches of the road. The arm pointing north reads Krez.
real arms.
And through the woods, you can see an arching stone bridge spanning a river. The arm pointing east, which is the way you just came from, says Valaki. And the road slopes up gradually in that direction. And the arm pointing to the south says the Wizard of Wines. And you have been down that road several times. So this is the first time you're crossing over the bridge. Okay. Other than that, you can see to your right is the huge mist-covered lake, and just in the distance, you can just about make out a small risen tower on a little micro island, which you recognize as Van Richten's Tower, which you have also been to a couple of times. The river itself runs underneath pretty fiercely, but the bridge looks very old, but also pretty sturdy. Yeah, that's about it.
How does the structural integrity of the? Can we kind of look around the bridge to see how it looks underneath? See
You
if it's
can.
really
As I said,
cracked.
it's old, but structurally it looks pretty sturdy. Doesn't look like it's falling apart or.
Okay.
And it's a stone bridge. It's not like a wooden bridge or anything like that. It's something of substance.
Great.
So if you're happy, you can cross it or you can not.
Should we preemptively form the kill zone as we cross the bridge?
Let's form the kill zone. Yeah.
The kill
that
zone.
idea.
Yep. When you make your
Then
little.
cross.
Okay.
We
Alrighty.
make a reverse flying V and quack quack across the bridge.
All right. Well, as you cross the bridge, nothing really untoward happens other than literally the second you step off the bridge, you notice a couple of things. One, it's a hell of a lot colder this side of the bridge. And looking at the trees, even though you literally have just crossed a small river, some of the trees have little bits of snow on the top of them. It's almost like winter has gotten here on this side of the river before it has anywhere else.
Take my cloak out of my bag and like wrap it around. Like, did it just get a lot colder here, or am I imagining things?
It is going to be late afternoon, early evening at this point.
Gort, when we've been here about a month, right? In Barovia, like maybe
probably closer to 6 weeks.
6 weeks, okay. When we were going to the wedding, when we first entered Barovia, it was summer or fall. I don't actually remember.
Kind of autumn.
It was autumn, so okay.
Okay.
Of course, Barovian weather does seem to be a little weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the fact that it's all even in Barovian summer, it's not exactly warm.
And then there's no actual sun. I mean, it's
correct. Well, and that's a big part of why it's always kind of cold, especially at night here.
Right. Okay.
But this is the first time that you've actually seen. Well, that's not true. When you were all the way up in those mountains.
Yeah.
When you were all the way up in the mountains hunting the rock,
you
saw some snow and some ice. But this is the first time you've seen snow down here in the valley, like low.
Guess it's about that time, huh? I'm gonna kind of wrap my arms subconsciously.
About that time for what, Seth?
Winter.
Well, that's harvest would be wrapping up at home.
I mean, I guess
winter happened 5 seconds ago.
I didn't want to say winter is coming. I just couldn't say that. So,
You can
for
say
legal
it.
reasons.
No, I'm not.
Legal
I
reasons
refuse.
you can't
I
say
refuse to.
Winter doth arrive.
I don my cloak and continue forward.
Keep bundled up here.
Yeah, if you all want to kind of like bolster yourselves, pull your, like you said, your necks up around and cover up a little bit more, you can make your way. As I said, it is definitely getting dark as you're kind of coming towards the end of the tree line. You can hear eerie howling beginning in the trees around you and in the forests. So you remember that Van Richten said that this place was like wolves and werewolves hunted in and around Krezk at dark, which is one of the reasons he advised you to get there before night fell too much.
I'm gonna look at Trip and be like, oh, that's a lot of little doggies out there, huh? Nice little fluffy puppies.
I better leave the baby out.
Very funny, very funny.
Thank you.
As you kind of see in the distance, basically there is a stone wall. This place, while it's called a village, looks more like a fortress. To the right-hand side, up on a hill, but inside the wall, you can see what looks like a rather pleasant-looking church. There is a large and robust gatehouse in front of you as you approach. The closer you get to Krezk, it almost seems like the air is growing even colder as you approach the wall settlement. The two square towers with peaked roofs flank the stone archway, in which is set a pair of 12-foot-tall, iron-bound wooden doors. Carved into the arch above the door is the name Krezk. The walls that extend from the gatehouse are 20 feet high. Atop the parapets, you can see figures wearing fur hats and clutching spears that watch you nervously. You can also, as you scan around, every 50 or so feet, you can see what appears to be another guard, some with spears, some with bows. What do you wish to do?
Approach.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I didn't know if you wanted to do anything prior to that, or okay. As soon as you get to the doors, which are closed, There are 2 guards that are standing, as I said, kind of on the top of the parapets there. One reaches down and says, "Be off with you. You are not welcome here. Be gone!"
Is that just a nighttime thing, or is that an all-the-time thing?
It is an all-the-time thing. We do not like visitors here in Kresk. We have no time for ne'er-do-wells or wanderers.
Well, we would quite like to visit. So is there any way by which we could arrange perhaps a meeting with, what was his name?
The abbot.
The abbot.
The abbot. This would be impossible. And besides, the abbot does not rule here. The burgomaster, Dmitry Krezkov, rules here. It is by his decree that you are not permitted inside.
Could I have a message brought to the abbot?
Why? Why would we do this?
Well,
You are not coming in, therefore it is pointless. Besides, the abbot is a busy man. He does not see outsiders. From what we understand, he is deeply involved in something very important at the moment and is not to be disturbed.
Well, then we are at odds. Not violent, pray tell. Well, shoot.
I mean, we're not ne'er-do-wells. We're good guys. Well,
By
yeah,
what
we're good
definition
guys.
do you consider yourselves good?
Well, yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I mean, we could slip you a few silver if you're interested.
We
First,
have
I would say to
songs.
you, are you offering to bribe us? Do you think we are that petty? And secondly, where did you get silver from?
Exactly. We
we're
are quite
outsiders.
resourceful.
We came with it.
Do you have much of this silver?
I don't know. She keeps all of the money.
You, small
Depends if you're
girl,
about to rob me if I
answer
tell
me
you how much
quickly. Do you
silver-
have much silver?
Just a little bit, not very much, but a good amount that would be just right to bargain with, but not too much that you would
The
want to do
exact
something
amount.
bad to us for.
I'm going to turn to
that
my
help?
father and
Does that
say,
help?
"We have fought
Thanks, Dad.
gods. We don't have to fear any of this."
We're not trying to hurt somebody.
I'll be honest, bro. I was gonna go a different direction with this. But bribing is
actually-
fine.
I was gonna offer this maybe some songs before we started with the silver, but
I was going to say I am with the will of the Morning Lord and see if that had anything to do with it.
Would
but
any
then
of
money
these
came
work
into the
on
picture.
you, guard?
Yeah, guards, would any of this work on you?
I can turn into a dog.
We're good because we play with an open hand.
He says, the only people we are allowed to permit are people that are considered to be of worth or useful to Kresk. What
The
do you
dog
have
part?
that is of use to us?
We're useful to
Of course,
the rest
silver
of
is
Barovia.
something that...
We've done a
Barovia
lot
is
of-
not Kresk's concern. We are concerned with our own citizens and
I know, but we
everything
could-
besides our walls. Be damned what happens outside of them.
Okay, but we can bring that good here too and help you out. That's what I was getting at.
We like chores. We like helping people.
Is there a way we could prove our worth?
This is for the Burgomaster to decide. But first you must we have to satisfy our conditions for letting you in. You said silver. That is something that I know the Burgomaster would be interested in, but only if there is enough of it to be worthwhile. A mere handful of silver coins is going to do little to help us.
I don't think it's a handful.
2 handfuls?
We have some silver to discuss with the
yeah.
Burgermeister.
How much is the minimum?
Why don't you show us how much silver you have, and we will decide.
I think I have.
It is not
20
wise
right
for you to try to deceive us. The dark is closing in, and the wolves will be roaming soon.
No,
can
no,
hear
we
them
wouldn't do
now
that.
in the trees.
We can deal with the wolves. It's fine.
These
That sounded
wolves
really cool.
walk upon two legs.
No.
And run in
Yeah.
packs. Packs of 20, even 30 have been seen. You may be somewhat capable of defending yourselves, but even the great lord of Barovia himself would be powerless against such odds.
I'm just gonna hold up.
You wish to die
my-
here outside of our gates, it is no concern of ours. We will come and remove your bodies in the morning.
I could always just make it morning.
What were you gonna do, Seth?
I was just gonna show my money purse.
Okay.
It's gross.
Seth, no.
Come on, Uncle. Really? Now?
It's kind of
Talked about
cold.
that.
So I have 21 silver pieces. Party.
I have 48. So
So that together is.
Wow.
Like
I mean, with the
69,
winds,
isn't it?
with the winds and the fact that they're way up there on those things. I mean, unless you're yelling up to them, they're not going to hear your discussions. So you're safe
We
to
just
talk
take out the
without
coin
them
purse and
overhearing.
like shake it. Like we have plenty. Like 3 of us shake our coin purses.
Okay.
Boy.
See?
Which of us do
Silver.
you fancy?
Right, with that, the guard that
like my
hasn't
children
spoken yet,
doing
that's on the
this.
other side, in the other little tower, who's kind of sitting there rubbing his arms. He's like, Hansel, let's let them in. If the Burgermeister demands that they are kicked out, we can do that in the morning. Or this evening, whichever he decides. If they do indeed have silver, it would be of value to us. Surely we should let them in and at least see what they have. We can't see from up here. Very well. Open the gates. You can come inside. But you stay there once you're in until the gates are closed. We will send someone down to escort you to the Burgermeister. He will have the final say on whether you spend the night here or whether you are thrown to the wolves.
For the record, we're good with either. And I'm just gonna start walking up to the gate.
Alrighty. Let's see.
There is that morbid curiosity in my mind just how many out of 40 werewolves our party would take out.
Before being butchered?
Yeah.
I think we do pretty good.
You would
Yeah.
do pretty good.
Pretty good.
It's just whether or not they get on top of Gemma, because that would change things.
It's the simple numbers I think you'd have problems with.
But you forget, this is 5e.
Well, that's why I say it's the numbers. You would fare worse against 20 weak werewolves than you would one mega one. All right, you guys should be on this map now.
Yes, I can see the new one
Yeah. Okay, good deal.
right in front of the gate.
Alrighty. Okay, so the gates slowly open, and the not-so-brash guard says, "Hurry, quickly, get inside!"
We do that.
Okay.
And very quickly they close the gates behind you. The guard that's been speaking comes down the side stairs and down to meet you with his spear kind of at a half menacing angle, not like directly threatening, but letting you know, hey, I have a spear and I'm not afraid to use it. The mist-shrouded village beyond the walls is nothing more than a scattering of humble wooden cottages along dirt roads that stretch between stands of snow-dusted pine trees. In fact, there are so many trees inside, it almost constitutes a wood instead of a village. To the northern grey cliffs rise sharply as a road leads up to an abbey that you can see from its risen vantage point. It is also kind of heavily walled. Immediately as you kind of look around, you can see that this place is seriously fortified for a village. Once you have gotten inside, he says, "Follow me, I will take you to the Burgermeister's house." And he stops right here. Because the Burgermeister happens to be the first house you come to. It's a very kind of like
That's convenient.
he maybe takes 15 paces and then stops abruptly. We are here.
Great.
I love that for you. You're doing great.
There you go.
It's a serve.
Right. Give me just a second. I'm going to grab something real fast. Give me just 1 second. I'll be
His
like
money purse.
10 seconds.
Props.
He's gonna go grab his money purse. Oh.
Terrible. Well,
Hey, how's everybody doing?
somebody check his notes real quick. Hurry.
Okay, hold on.
Look over there. Look over there.
Hold on.
Look
Just
over
hold on. Hack.com, notes.exe, enter trojan.horse/backdoor. Phrase.
We don't want to know your search history. Well,
Tell us.
you don't
Oh,
have
sorry.
to-
So- sorry, that was my- that was my
Trojans
forehead.
and backdoors
Oh,
mean something totally different between the hacker and gay communities.
Oh no.
Anyway.
All right, sorry about that.
Educate us on our break, right?
So I made a bunch of notes and I took them in the living room earlier to remind myself of some stuff, and I left them there. So, okay. Okay.
Sass.
Oh, she wanted it to be a wig.
Yeah, Gore, you need wigs, man.
He'll take a few steps back
Well,
and
we-
kind of like usher you towards the door.
Will you wear a wig?
They all wear wigs. Wear gloves.
Will you wear wig? When will you wear wig?
Und Wig! Okay.
Yeah, no, well.
Go to the door.
Yeah.
All right. Upon knocking on the door, you'll hear footsteps, and the door will open. Let's see. Alrighty. So the gentleman that greets you at the door has got kind of like thick mustache, slicked back hair, wearing simple but well-fitting and fine clothes. He opens the door and says, "What is it? It is late. Who are you?
we've
What do
been
you want?"
Sorry to bother you at this hour. We've been sent for our judgment, it seems.
Judgment?
As to whether or not we are worthy of staying in Kresk for the night.
Ah, outsiders. You managed to con my guards into letting you in, did you?
We asked very nicely.
Well, don't just stand there with the door open. You better come in.
Thank you. It's cold.
Okay. And he'll kind of usher you into the kitchen. Not because he really wants you in his house, but because he doesn't want the door open, because it is cold. Okay, inside you can see that there is a middle-aged woman that is also... Oh, that's weird. I just noticed something. Oh, no, okay, it's fixed itself. Middle-aged woman that's kind of standing near a stove, and they've got the door open so that the heat can kind of flow out more readily. He says, "I am the Burgermeister. My name is Dimitri. Now, what reason do you think that you have to bring value to Kresk that you should stay here?"
Well, me and my family. Hello, we're the Mildwoods.
Hi.
Oh,
Hello.
Have found our way here from, I suppose this isn't terribly uncommon, distant lands through some mists brought about to this realm, and since then we've made ourselves busy as kind of a band of good doers. I don't know how else to put that. We've seen a lot since being here and dealt in a lot of danger, and all of us remain, minus our dog, I suppose. We did lose our dog.
Well,
I see.
Sort of.
Sort of.
well, yes, we did. What do you mean?
Did.
I mean, the dog is still with us. You
Oh,
in
yeah?
spirit. The spirits don't
know. Yeah, in
leave
spirit. Yeah, yeah.
Barovia. Yeah, anyways.
I don't care. Who cares about that?
Okay.
So it is, I imagine, safer in Kresk with us here, as we've stood against quite a few things that howl.
Unfortunately, a lot of the things that come to cause problems with Kresk. Have you heard the expression sheep in wolf's clothing? This is something that means a great deal to us. It is not just a proverb, it is a way of life. That is why we are so careful here in Kresk.
I like to hear these kinds of proverb things. I haven't heard this one actually. Is this local to Kresk, or is it like a whole Barovia thing?
Consider Kresk completely separate from the rest of Barovia. We take care of ourselves and our own. The laws of Barovia do not apply to us, and we do not apply to it. The wolves ravage the countryside around here. Nobody leaves Kresk, and anybody rarely enters. You have been given such a gracious privilege. Better come clean and give us reason for you to stay. Because I have no reservations to throw you back outside to be wolf fodder.
Didn't we stop the wolves from being controlled? Is that a thing we did? Everybody?
If the wolves were controlled by Strahd, yes, that's ended, but I don't think that's true anymore.
Wolves are one thing. These are werewolves. They are all evil to the core. They hunt, trying to get in at us every night. Nobody ventures outside the gates after dusk. Nobody that lives. You have yet to give us a good reason why you should stay. Do I need to go and fetch my guards and have them remove you?
We could dispatch these werewolves.
Well,
probably.
that's not what I was going to say at all. Okay.
I don't think we can dispatch an entire ravaging force of wolves all at once.
How many are there? You get the leader.
The most we have seen at one time, maybe 20 or 30.
Oh, wow.
But there are many
that's not bad
tribes.
then, yeah.
There are believed to be hundreds of them in the trees. The one thing that keeps them at bay is 20-foot stone walls.
And silver, we've heard.
Silver is of great value, yes. For many reasons. Unfortunately, it is difficult to come by. So if you have come to Kresk looking to purchase silver, you are wasting your time. We have none to spare.
I'm just going to take my money pouch, because that's apparently the word I'm saying all the time now.
Oh boy.
No, I'm going to take my bag of...
My coin purse.
My coin purse of 48 silver coins, and I'm going to toss it at him.
At him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here, catch. And I just toss it at him.
Just goes over me. Well, you'll have to forgive Uncle Seth. He's a bit curt.
Yeah, he goes to grab it, he misses, it hits the floor, the purse opens, and silver coins go scattering all underneath the table and underneath the sideboard.
Oh, sorry, I thought you'd be a little bit more...
At which point he kind of stops and looks and glances back at you.
Take it.
No, don't.
He says,
Sell it to you.
Sell it.
Right, he'll start picking it up. I mean, he'll he kind of gets down on his hands and knees. He reaches up and grabs like a little wooden rod and starts fishing out every coin from underneath the sideboard cupboard until he's got every single coin back in the purse.
I'm sorry it went that way. I honestly thought you'd just catch it, because I said catch
Perhaps
it.
if I'd known you were going to throw things at me, I might have.
Well, I mean, you're yelling about throwing us out.
I'm gonna crawl around under the table for a minute and then come back up and just sit on the chair and be like, "Sorry for the awkwardness there. That was unnecessary."
I'm so used to Octavius catching everything. What can I say?
You have more of this?
Well, not me. I'm out.
Well, the rest of you.
No,
you
that's
may
it.
stay.
That was all of ours.
That is not true. I'm gonna
So you're lying to me as well.
I'm gonna pull up my little coin purse and just be like, she's like that. You'll have to forgive her. She's young.
I don't forgive liars.
Oh,
It is hard
just
enough to
giving you
trust
silver
anybody
for
these
free.
days as it is.
We want to be able
So
to
you
stay
have no
here and
children
talk
of
to
your
the
own, I
abbot.
understand.
I like this guy.
I'm gonna put my own coin purse on the table, which
Hell yeah.
is mostly
Now it's a
silver.
party.
Okay.
Now it's a party.
How much silver do you have?
20 something.
Okay.
It's like half of what Seth had, but
Yeah. So he's up to like 40, up to just over 70 silver pieces. He says, any more?
we're going to look at him and just be like, is this enough for us to stay a night and not be thrown to the wolves?
It is enough for you and the big fellow with the balding head to stay the night, yes.
And talk to the abbot.
That is a different thing altogether. We are discussing your liberties to stay here within our walls for one night, nothing more at this point.
Well, perhaps he should name a number, and we'll see if we can come to
1,000 silver.
Oh,
It's hilarious.
All right, then 100.
Whoa, you really dropped out.
What I'm hearing is you desperately
Yeah,
need
okay,
the silver
motherfucker
here.
Jones.
For 100 silver, you may all stay.
Well, we're already at, what, 60...
I mean, Seth had, what, 47?
Yeah,
48.
we added it up earlier. It comes out to 69.
hey.
Okay.
So between the two of us, that's that.
Well, I do have some, but I don't know if I want to give it to anyone. It's my hard-earned allowance, and I don't know if I want to give it to someone.
Hey, remember that favor from earlier?
Yes? Is this it?
No, absolutely not.
Well, then, that's what I thought.
Just wanted to hang it over your head.
I would have said that's a pretty bad favor, but hey, if that's how you want to spend it,
Yeah,
you
no,
do
no.
you.
I'm gonna get you on a way better one. It's gonna be way
Yeah,
cooler than
I
that.
figured as much. But I do have some. I have, and I'll like whisper.
So
it,
you
I don't
need,
want
what,
this guy to
50,
hear.
what, 31 more silver pieces
Yeah,
to come up
I
to
have
100.
20. Where's my note? 21.
So
I
that
got
will leave
off
you
a
10
dead guy
short.
somewhere, so I have
Yeah.
21 in my pocket. Does anybody else? Father?
No one lets me have any money, so I don't.
Broke? Well, you're not
I
very
take
good
out-
with it, are you?
10 silver.
Okay. So you've basically come up
He
with
has
100.
mine.
How much do you spend every time the Amazon cart comes around?
Not supposed
Can't-
to
The
talk
literal
about that.
Amazon
You can't
cart.
help yourself. When the Amazon
The
caravan
Amazon.
comes around, you cannot help yourself.
He doesn't even buy any of the cool shit.
No, none of it.
Oh,
Okay.
that can opener was kind of cool though.
You can't be
Oh
trusted.
no, I liked the way it rounded the edges.
Yeah.
The fantasy can opener.
We don't
on
need
the
it. We have a
fantasy cans.
dagger.
He'll grab, he'll whisk up all the
Sticks
coins
to the
and
cabinet.
usher them all into one silver purse and say, I thank you. Kresk thanks you. You may stay. There is no
Oh,
inn
thank
here in
goodness.
Kresk. No tavern. After all, we have no reason for it. We don't allow outsiders. So I suppose you will stay here. With me, my wife, and my son.
Oh, so you do have a child. I didn't think
We do.
you-
Okay. We really need to talk to the abbot, though. How do we do that?
Let
That's our
us,
plan.
Let us have a discussion over dinner. My wife was about to cook something. Please, everybody, take yourselves a seat.
Buttercup.
Thanks.
Oh,
All right. She'll go about starting to prepare a meal. Shortly after, the bottom door opens and a young blonde-handed boy, probably about 14 years old, comes. He goes, I'm hungry. When is supper time? I'm cooking it now, my sweet. But I'm hungry now, mother. I'm hungry now. She says, Ilya, I am cooking the supper very quickly. Here's an apple. She tosses the kid the apple, and he's like
Whoa.
Boy, the appetite
wolfing
on-
down this apple. She says,
Look who's
now,
this gloop
don't
over
forget
here."
to breathe, my boy.
Boy.
Whoa.
Oh, boy.
So, is anybody, there's,
There's no windows on this house, are there?
there are not any windows on this house, no.
Okay.
But that might be a universal thing across the town. You don't know. This is the only house you've really been to or seen. So,
Yeah.
so what he'll do is, in another room, he'll go and pull a couple more chairs out. When he realizes there's not enough room for everybody, and he'll,
A slight one can take a half seat.
he'll just look at Octavius and says, "Please sit down, my boy."
Oh, yes, of course.
And then as I said, he'll go ahead and sit here, and then pull a couple of chairs up, probably one here and one here.
I'll go ahead and sit
He
by
says,
stuff then,
"Now then,
make it less awkward."
so this is my wife Anna. This is my son Ilya. This is the Krezkov family have lived here in Krezk for many, many centuries. We keep ourselves to ourselves here in Krezk. After all, it is unsafe to leave the town. But the winter has come harsh this year. For some reason, it has come sooner than normal, and we have little to spare in the way of supplies, hence our reluctance to bring in outsiders. Mouths to feed and whatnot. I do not wish to seem rude, but you must understand, it is my job to make sure that everybody survives this cold, harsh winter, and we are already, well, having problems with supplies. You mentioned the abbot. What business do you have with him?
We were told by a good friend that we would know something of a faceless god in a mountain pass, and we've got nothing more of a lead than that, so we were really taking it on faith with him.
And you think
we're
that
better
the
to take
abbot
faith.
might know something about this faceless god?
Where better to find matters of faith than a man of faith himself?
I fear you may have wasted your time. The abbot sees nobody. Certainly not to answer questions. Even me, myself, have very few favors that I can call in to see with the abbot.
Oh, in all good respects, the doors of Kresk don't open, and outsiders aren't allowed in.
The abbot is engaged in some kind of deep spiritual, I would say experiment, but I do not believe that is the correct word. A journey of spiritual enlightenment. You see, rumor has it that he is the only one left in Barovia that has the ability to reach out to the Morning Lord himself. But in order to do so, he has to maintain a certain level of constant vigilance. Remain in a state of deep meditation for many, many days at a time.
Then he might very well need my assistance, and I'm going to pull out my amulet of Ravenkind and just kind of let it show.
He says, "That is a beautiful piece. Would you like to sell it?"
Oh, no, sorry, my bad. It's late. There's no real problem with this. Shield your eyes.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and make it daytime in here for a little bit.
Yeah. He's, my word. This is truly wonderful.
Yeah, it has a timer, so I can't really turn it off. I'm just gonna put it in, in the chainmail.
So it's like, yeah, there's a glowing holes all through the chainmail, poking out little beams. You may indeed be correct. The abbot might be interested in something like this. Unfortunately, there is no way to let him know without disturbing him. And, we owe the abbot a great deal. The last thing we wish to do is incur his wrath.
What did he do for you, or she do for you, exactly?
Oh, the abbot. He has magical powers that come direct from the Morning Lord himself. He can even raise the dead in the name of the Morning Lord.
That seems smelly.
Yeah.
I'm saying that to the DM and family. Not out loud.
He says,
that seems smelly.
Yeah, he says, he has done it in the past. We have witnessed the miracles that he can perform. He is unlike any other here in Barovia. He himself was once an outsider.
From
Right.
where? Did he say where?
The abbot is not a man who likes to answer a lot of questions. When you are in the presence of somebody so pious, You cannot help but feel the reverence that comes from this man. Words almost escape you when you're presented with a figure that is of such divinity. Living in a dark place as Barovia, you must understand anybody that has a natural light that shines from them, that reaches out and touches the Morning Lord himself, is somebody of reverence.
With what
Good to know.
Yeah, with what Trip just showed you, wouldn't disturbing him be worth the risk if it can make things better?
How would this make things better?
Well, Trip here is also of the Morning Lord, and when two powers combine, it makes things stronger, no?
Maybe.
Right, Trip can do all those things that you said that this guy can do.
Then why do you need, if you are of such great power and you can you can raise the dead, why would you need to consult with him to find out simply something about
I'm
faceless
totally ignoring
whatever?
the part about it raising the dead. I'm totally ignoring that. Power is one thing. Knowing where to apply power is another. And we need some guidance from someone who might have information, and we've been led to believe that's him. I understand we can't arrange for you to make us an audience with him. We might have to try at the Abbey.
I would tell you this much: if you yourselves go to the Abbey, the doors will remain closed to you. He is not going to answer the door to anybody but myself. He has not done so in over a year.
Is there no other clergy at the Abbey? Is it just him?
Just him and the poor wretches that reside there, as they cannot live in any other form of society. The poor and the destitute and the broken. He cares for them. He protects them.
Did you notice any change in your weather the past week?
Winter has come
days?
much sooner than we expected. That is for sure.
Nothing positive, no... Oh, here's a little extra thing that you've noticed that is nice.
It is extra cold here. It is... Though, as I said, the winter has come faster than normal. We have our other problems here in Kresk. Unfortunately, as I said, the problems of Kresk are very much our only concern. I commend you for wanting to help the rest of Barovia, but... selfishly, I will happily tell you that I have zero interest in such things. You have...
Your constituents.
You get nothing from the lands of Barovia outside these walls that you value or want?
The shipments of wine that we have come in from the Wizards of Wineyard.
Well, there's good news. That's going to start up again.
We have been receiving shipments recently.
Thanks to us?
Yeah, we did that.
There was probably a note in there that said something about
MASH
that.
5? Because you couldn't have been getting MASH 5.
No, of course not. MASH 5 stopped.
Now you will.
That'll be soon. That's what we're saying. That was us.
Do you have some of this to deliver to us now?
No, unfortunately.
Well, then it is of no use to me at the moment.
If you'd rather we leave tomorrow and stop by the Modikovs to bring some back, or...
That sounds like an excellent idea. Why don't you do that?
Well, we also have our interests.
Well...
Yeah, you let us meet the abbot, and we'll get your wine for you. Do you?
One moment.
But abbot first.
Right. And he gets up and goes through this door. And then he'll come back with what looks like a scroll rolled up. And he says, I have this. This is a decree from the abbot himself, written in his own reverent hand. He grants me 2 audiences this year. I have used one of them. Why would I be willing to give you the only other audience that I have? Kresk is a society where everybody has to pull their weight or leave. You have certainly earned your night's stay here, as you have contributed to the funds and given us silver. With that, you have our thanks and our gratitude, and you will have a restful, peaceful, and safe night here, and a delicious meal prepared by my loved wife. But you're going to have to offer me something far more worthful and far more of value to convince me to use my one remaining audience granted.
It is winter. It's practically a new year.
Well, that is the problem. Winter is here 2 months early. We still have many months to go to the end of the year. What if somebody gets sick? What if my wife should fall deathly ill with pneumonia, and I need the abbot? That I should sacrifice such a boon for something so simple as answering the question of a random stranger?
I'm sorry, but it's a little weird that this good abbot is only allowing you to get help twice in a year.
He helps us all of the time. He only grants me 2 audiences. I do not pretend to understand the ways of the Morning Lord. I do not pretend to understand the ways of the abbot. I merely accept them as fact.
I have a
Have
question.
you read the book? I'm going to pull the book out and be like, because that might answer some questions for you.
Oh, you're like
I have
Jehovah's
a-
Witnesses now showing up.
I have a weird question. If I may, please don't take offense to this. But does it seem like he likes you? Because, maybe he's just kind of sick of helping you guys all the time and talking to you, only you and no other new people.
He would not be
maybe-
here if he did not want to be here.
Does he seem excited when you come over, or does he seem like, oh, this guy again? Oh boy, okay.
Is there something
I
you
gotta
want
put
to
in
say,
some
Dad?
kind of rule in place.
Is there
so
something
that-
you want to say, Dad?
No. Just wondering if
The abbot
maybe he's
is...
setting a boundary because you might come over too often, and maybe if it's different people, he might be a little bit more excited, and maybe he'll grant a special extra pass for not you,
Careful answering that question. Douglas is probably going to have this be a part of our family go-to.
He
Just
says,
wondering.
the abbot is like nobody else I have ever met. He is like nobody you will have ever met. He is somehow blessed with divinity. He cares for all things. Yet he has chosen to stay here in Kresk and restore our village. Indeed, when he first came here, we were in dire straits. Things were terrible. But he stayed here and he healed everybody. And he helped us secure the walls of Kresk and keep the beasts at bay. And now he seems quite content that this is his calling. This is his flock. He says that we are to be protected above all, as is the will of the Morning Lord.
Okay, didn't really answer my question, but I appreciate that. That's great. I got nothing else, guys.
Perhaps, do you have access to a lot of provisions? Do you have the ability to help feed the people of Kresk? Do you have any specific skills that we may not have here that would give you a reason to be of value to us? If you're going to eat the food, breathe the air, and enjoy the protections, you have to offer something.
We have a hunter, a scholar, an absolute man of the people.
Hunters are of no value to us.
Oh,
Hunters who aren't afraid outside the walls.
Oh,
No, hunters that are alive. They all die. Nobody ventures into the woods even during the daytime. The deer, the rabbits, all ravenously eaten and devoured by the wolves. The only things to kill are the wolves themselves. And believe me, nobody here wants to eat them.
what about a therapy dog for like any of the elderly or children that maybe need some extra company?
I know not of what you speak.
It's a great thing. So you can just basically have a dog that's really nice and docile, and the children and the elderly can just pet the dog and get licks and play with the dog, throw a ball, maybe safely within the walls of this town. And it really just brings joy to them. So that's something that's got to be very valuable to you guys, being that it's,
Alas, I see little value in this. It doesn't put food on the table. It doesn't keep people safe.
happiness. Who could put a price on that,
Happiness. There is little to be found inside of Kresk. I'm sure it is the same way outside of Barovia, but at least we are safe. With that, the wife, Anna, comes and starts putting food on the table, and it's mostly like big, thick, hearty-looking sausages and slabs of like cooked bacon. And she puts it down and she says, as we have special guests, and as they have graciously contributed so much to us, I have taken it upon myself to reach a little deeper into the reserves this evening, my dear. And she says that as he's scowling at her like, what is this? What are you feeding these people this quality food for? She says, perhaps the young sir would like to say a prayer to the Morning Lord to bless this food? At which she kind of like bows her head, and Dimitri bows his head, and little Ilya reaches forward and grabs a sausage and starts cramming it into his mouth.
I'm gonna go ahead and pat Dimitri on the back, like, it's okay, buddy, it's okay.
Okay.
And
as he does that, the mom, kind of like without raising her head, reaches out one hand and like grabs his hand to like stop him. Of which point he transfers the sausage to the other hand and then carries on eating it.
to which point I'm gonna go ahead and scruff his hair a little bit. Like, what a rascal. Love this boy.
Okay.
Certainly nothing wrong with him.
As he begins to eat the second sausage.
And then I'll go ahead and say a quick prayer to the Morning Lord along the lines of, like, we thank you for this opportunity. Though it is eve, we bring on a new day, and in life and its experiences, as the time clock turns on, we look forward to the day that we eventually see your day truly as what it is, as the shadows over Barovia and Kresk now seem dim. We hold fast that through our spirits and our power, we will cut through those clouds and feel your light. Everybody
Nice.
should eat now.
Amen.
Amen.
Okay.
Yeah, amen.
And
I
by the
don't know
time
what
you
you say
look
to the
up, the
Morning
child
Lord.
is on his third sausage.
You
Wow,
gotta make it up. I mean, remember the thing you were taught.
Ding bat.
Ding
You
bat.
just say words at the end of prayers.
Okay. With that, she'll kind of reach out and cut a sausage in half and take half a sausage. Dimitri kind of reaches out and gets himself a slab off of the big slab of bacon and a sausage, and there's bread there. Please help yourselves. Fill your stomachs.
I take the healthy sampling,
Okay.
and I'm gonna look at the Burgermeister and be like, "Well, as I said, we could bring a delivery of wine to you and this community."
Well, the next shipment of wine. Alas, we have not had a shipment for 3 weeks, so this would be of value to us. Unfortunately, right now we have bigger problems than wine. We still have some wine reserves, but our livestock seems to have of late disappearing, and we don't know how or why.
Wolves.
So perhaps if you can bring in some livestock, perhaps 20, 30, 40 sheep would be great.
Well, let me ask you a question. How do you and this abbot feel about Strahd?
Strahd does not
You'll
bother
left
us.
turn here. Really?
This is why we keep ourselves to ourselves. The abbot keeps Strahd at bay. The Morning Lord is so strong, his presence can be felt here in Kresk. Even the devil himself is powerless to affect us here in Kresk, as long as we stay within the walls.
Huh.
Bought a house in the wrong town.
That's interesting.
Okay, as the child grabs yet another sausage, Anna says, "We have guests, my dear. Please make sure to save some for them." "But I'm hungry, mother!" As he continues to wolf down the food.
We've heard that one before, haven't we? I'm gonna nudge Seth a little bit, like, yeah, hey buddy, you've heard that. Can I smell evil on this boy? I use my divine sense. Is anything reeking in here?
No.
Okay.
No, nothing's reeking.
So they're just starving their child. Damn.
Okay.
Okay, as most of the food is now removed from the center platter, the kid is eyeballing all of your plates. He looks at Seth and Trip, because you're the closest to him on his left, and says, "Are y'all going to eat that? Are you going to eat the rest of that sausage?"
Jeez.
Slowly.
I slide the plate closer to Gemma's side on Gemma's
I'm
side
gonna
to me.
start eating it. I'm just like, get away from your kid.
I'll give him my plate. Here you go, little guy. It's all
He's
right.
gonna slide
Anna
straight across
says-
the table.
The appetites of a growing boy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they do that.
I was quite that way when I was his age. I'm gonna look at Trip like, what the fuck?
Dimitri looks at him and says, "You see, boy? You see, Ilya? Carry on eating the way you are, and you'll turn out like this."
Yeah.
Is it a compliment? Is it a slight? Who knows?
I don't care. It's probably true, you know.
Okay. He says, "Yes, Ilya is our little miracle. And, well, our other two children, unfortunately, are no longer with us.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yes, one perished from a strange malady one cold winter, and the other foolishly wandered outside of the walls and has never returned." And she starts to shed a tear. Dimitri looks at her and says, "Let us not dwell on the past. Let us be grateful that our boy Ilya is with us once again."
Once again?
Oh, yes.
Where was
Ilya is the miracle
Oh,
we
you
speak
said
of.
you could bring him to life.
Ilya, we was without our Ilya for almost a month before the abbot raised him and gave him life once more.
Oh.
right.
I see.
By the powers of the Morning Lord,
Oh boy.
he brought him back to us. It is a gift from the great divine light himself.
Yeah, that's really nice of him to
And
do
he's-
that.
And he's still got all his skin.
Well, of course, there is nothing wrong with him.
No. Well, I just go back to quietly eating, thinking of Fomorius.
Me
I give
too.
wide eyes to Trip, like,
No, I'm looking at you and making wide eyes from you to the ground. Like, just ignore it. Just put
okay,
it down for now.
so that's great. What a great morning, Lord.
Can you done?
Dimitri kind of leans back and pats his stomach and says, An excellent meal, Anna, as usual. You have outdone yourself once more.
It was delicious. Thank you.
But I'm still hungry! Let us see, there's And she kind of gets up and goes over to the sideboard, and she says, there is still half a loaf of bread. And he jumps out of the chair, runs over, and snatches it from her hands.
So, okay, so I'm going to look at the Burgermeister.
And then literally he's just like tearing hunks of the bread off, going...
So I'm going to look at the Burgermeister and go, so these missing livestock, where were they? Where did they disappear from? Like within the walls? Within the walls?
Inside the walls, yes.
And is your growing boy always this hungry?
He seems to have a hearty and very healthy appetite, yes.
Every day.
In truth, I think the problem with the livestock may be more simple than it seems.
I mean...
You see, the livestock family was run by Barble and his boy. Babu left a couple of weeks ago to, ironically, go to find where our wine shipment was and has never returned, leaving only his son to tend to the sheep. His son's name is Luca. And, I believe the correct term was he has banged his head one too many times.
A little Dunderpeyton then, huh?
I do not know if he has the understanding or the capacity to look after the sheep. I wonder if the sheep are not merely dying, and he is hiding the corpses rather than acknowledge to the rest of the town that he is being incompetent. After all, if he has no value to us, they would throw him to the wolves, quite literally.
Why didn't you investigate this yourself if you had this theory? If he's not being useful.
It has only been over the last few days that it has been happening. I was a great friend to his father, so I myself do not wish any harm to befall the boy. I had kind of hoped that maybe he would learn to take care of the sheep better, and this would stop. Sadly, it doesn't seem to have done so.
Let's see.
Yes, his father's name was Costel. Costel was, a very, very valuable member of our society, and, as I said, a good friend. But, whatever happened to him when he left out to visit the Wizard of Wines 2 weeks ago, he has not since returned. We fear, of course, the worst.
See.
Speaking of wine, perhaps some wine to wash down our meal, yes?
Yes.
All right.
It's a little one, but for the adults.
Did I answer two questions?
Yes.
Yep. The wife goes through
you
into
never
this
ask.
side study and comes back with a bottle and
That.
puts it on the table with glasses. She goes, "Here we are." And she sits down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. 7 glasses.
The whole set.
And fills up. She herself, basically, I mean, she empties the whole bottle across the 7 glasses. So, you're talking.
Yeah, I said.
Yeah. But she doesn't fill one for herself. Young Ilya grabs his glass and swills it down between chomping on one hunk of bread to the next, and puts the glass down, carries on eating.
Oh,
To our guests, I hope you rest well this evening. Maybe you can think of something you can do to help us.
I mean, we could check on the sheep boy. Wellness check,
It's
That would be kind of you, after all. If it comes from outsiders that he is to blame, dare I say it will take the burden off of my back, and, well, what has to be done will have to be done, but at least it won't be me that is the one that made the decree. Yes,
That
perhaps you
seems
can
pretty
find out what's
valuable.
to crest upon its sceptred isle, that the shadow might not reach it.
Yes, whatever you said. We have spare beds. My previous children, we still have their beds in place, so you're welcome to sleep in them. There are only 3 of them. The rest of you are welcome to stay. My wife can fetch blankets, and we can make you pallets upon the floor.
Whole bed.
Happily spread
Maybe
will
some of
by
you
the
smaller
fire.
ones can share a bed.
Said
That's all right. The kiddos can take the beds. Me and Seth will sleep on the
Right? She says, well,
floor, right?
2 of the
bud?
beds are through here.
Like the old times.
And she'll kind of open this room. Glancing in, the room is completely empty. It is spotless. There's no furniture. There are just 2 beds. Kind of like, standard size beds that Seth or Douglas could sleep on one, but their feet might hang off the end a little. But they look sturdy and comfortable enough. And then she says, and the others are through here into the our little meeting room, my husband's office, as it were. Because whenever you're ready to retire, I can show you to that bedroom.
Could very well just spread a sleeping roll anywhere and doze off. I'm not terribly picky.
If you wish to sleep in the office, there is a stove in there. It's going to be a lot warmer, probably. You're welcome to sleep on the floor.
That should do just nice.
Or even in the living room, if you wish. There's a couple of very comfortable chairs in front of the fire, if some of you wouldn't mind sleeping in a seated position.
A chair sleep. I haven't had one of those in a while.
Just make yourselves at home.
Thank you.
Thank you, Burgermeister.
Yes, thank you.
We
very
will
much.
discuss more things in the morning, I am sure. But for now, we will let you all retire. You all look very tired. And cold. I'm glad that at least you have had the chance to warm yourselves.
We appreciate it.
Right, well... Oh, what? That was weird. Roll20's doing a weird thing.
Oh, is yours doing the flashy thing too?
Yeah, it
'Cause
just
mine's
started
that
doing the weird flashy thing.
Yeah, whenever I use like Alt key or if I press E to rotate my character, like it flashes and it's freaking me out.
Yeah, mine stopped flashing now, thankfully. Okay, yeah, so basically there's 2 beds in here, and then there's 1 bed in here. Right, she will take Elia and get him to bed. And then, of course, he complains about being hungry the entire time.
We all saw it coming because the map, like metagaming a little bit here, but like just seeing it
so
happen
funny.
was so funny.
It's still quite cute. So, who wants to go with the hungry boy?
Chair sleep.
I'd say, yeah, it looks like Trip's taking a comfy chair. A nice blue
I'm
suede.
waiting for everyone else.
family
So-
meeting though, please.
Oh, okay.
Come into my room.
Right,
Oh, that
the
actually
Burgermeister will say, before I retire, let me just make one simple and humble request. Please do not leave the house until tomorrow morning. That is a curfew, and the guards will arrest you if you're out at night. But it is also for your safety, in case something untoward is getting over the walls and attacking the sheep. I do not feel like going outside and having a meeting with my guards, at least this evening, to tell them, for whatever reason, you might be crawling around in under the shadows of the darkness.
Save that for tomorrow night, I'm sure.
Indeed. Well, we will be going to bed now. Good night.
Good night.
Night.
Good night.
Gonna wait to hear the doors close.
Yep.
So they're crazy, right? Like,
Right. I will remind you, this is a small cottage, and the walls don't look particularly thick.
so they're crazy, right? Like, they're actually crazy.
Okay, I cast
I was gonna say, let's do that thing.
raise telepathic bond,
Okay.
and that way we can.
Yeah, you
talk in our
can.
heads
You
to-
and the whole family can.
All right, there we go. We don't have to be so
For
quiet.
a whole hour, you can think
Gemma,
as loud as you want.
I love this spell. These people are crazy.
Yes, clearly this abbot person is controlling the whole little town.
he's
Hey,
extorting them. Absolutely.
So, in my telepathic bond, I'm just gonna say, so, we shouldn't all be here talking to each other without talking to each other. That might be suspicious as well. So maybe we should all disperse amongst the house, like we're going to bed, but still
Oh
talk.
yeah, we can do that.
You got up
We
to 30
can
feet.
do that.
Guess that's true.
Gemma, this spell is so cool, by the way.
Thank you, I love it.
I'd love to learn.
I like to keep this one to myself. Thanks.
So
that
30
lame.
feet, and the house
No.
is about 60 feet. So.
The communication is possible over any distance.
Oh, that's right. It's the rate. As long
Does
you have
that
to be. You just
cast?
have to be within 30 feet when she casts it. That's right. That's correct. You're correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can all go to your prospective beds and think yourselves of all the thoughts you want.
Okay.
But first, should we have like a little fake briefing? Just to
So that
sucker
was
them
a,
into it.
a tasty dinner, and how polite they are. I can't wait to solve their lamb problem.
Yeah,
So
I think there's a much bigger problem than the lamb problem. That's them trapped here. Under
Yeah,
this
so
abbot.
are you saying that out loud, or is that?
Yeah,
in
we're
your-
No,
we're
sorry.
talking- This is fake meeting,
This
honey.
is-
Fake
Oh,
meeting.
fake
So-
meeting.
so-
I mean,
the
real
lamb.
meeting.
I say out loud, the lamb problem. They need their lambs.
Very
Sounds
good.
like the lamb problem's probably the most pressing. Actually, people need to eat, so we'll handle that, and then
See how
hopefully
great
be
we are.
good
And-
enough
and-
praises, yeah.
and then out loud, I'm going to say, yeah, and then we could do the wine delivery, and we know where there's some sheeps and lambs in a circular cage thing.
Yeah, there is that. There is that.
Goats
You just bring
in the
those
swamp.
Possibly.
Go to the swamp, get the goats.
Yeah.
The
Absolutely.
weird ones?
Well, maybe not that one, but the
I
other
mean,
ones.
it's a flock needing a shepherd. There's no problem there.
True.
None
Because-
at all.
Oh,
Everybody get out of here. Let's
man,
go.
I'm
Come on.
tired.
Serious.
Oh boy, I'm so tired.
Yeah, let's go to bed.
I made myself yawn for real. Sorry. Okay, let's go.
All right. So where's everybody going? What beds? Is anybody going in boys' room?
I'm watching to see where
No
everyone
way.
else goes.
No. Not me, at least.
Two.
Oh, then I totally will. Fuck it.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, Doug, but I'm not going to sleep on the floor like old times.
Oh, okay.
I'm just
I suppose you could have my bed. I was being selfish, right, Dad? That's the right thing to do.
That is the right thing to do, honey. Do you want to have the other bed?
All right. So yeah, when you walk in
Oh,
there,
sure. Thank you.
Seth,
See, that's
you
the right
see
thing to
that
do.
there is a little kid's bed and a large iron cage around it with a locked door.
Oh my god.
There's nothing wrong with that, guys.
Yeah.
Perfectly reasonable way to parent your
so
child.
in all your heads, you're going to hear Seth say, "Yeah, this kid's in a fucking cage."
You're going to hear.
That's what we call a crib, Seth. It's not a
No,
cage.
no.
I've told you this many times.
No, this is a cage, not a crib. This is
Does
an iron barred locked door cage, and he's looking at me.
Is he licking his lips?
I can't see; it's too dark. There's no light source.
Are his eyes weirdly reflective?
Are they Gore?
No. and he's just tucked up in bed right now. He seems to be asleep.
So out loud to the kid, I'm just gonna say, "Be careful! I snore real loud," and I'm gonna get in bed.
Okay. All right.
Okay, is it real meeting?
I'm gonna
time
knock
now?
on the door on the wall next to me, like the double tab, like.
Okay.
That's
So,
good.
Gemma, you're taking this bed, I'm assuming, or no?
She's taking the other one in the room I'm in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I guess Octavius is going to sleep in the
Yeah,
other
I guess
chair.
I'll just sleep in the chair. I guess I'm small enough, so it won't deter
You could probably curl up in that chair.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm the youngest. I get it.
Okay. So yeah, obviously, I mean, there is a lit fire here, so it's nice and warm and cozy. And the house, in all honesty, is fairly warm. I mean, it does have 3 fire sources, so, and they stoke up the stoves before they turn in. So yeah, but you can all speak to each other telepathically and have whatever family meeting you want.
Okay.
Okay, so they're totally crazy, right?
Yes, obviously the child in a cage is definitely a problem.
Right? But the least of our worries right now, I think.
Not
I mean,
sex,
the
I
last
don't
time
think,
we
but-
heard "Father, I'm hungry" was the child turned vampire spawn.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have concerns about this outsider.
Yeah, he definitely seems like a bad guy, right? I mean, that's
Yeah,
not
I
something
mean-
that your god does, right?
No, we don't. We turn away the undead. That's like our thing. Granted, Barovia's weird. There's some odd exceptions, like those who are bound to some holy.
I mean, there
things.
is a difference between raising the dead and resurrection. I mean,
Yeah.
and that's more what they're implying is happened here was he was resurrected.
Yeah,
And you
he doesn't
didn't,
even
as I
have
said,
these
and he
skeletons
didn't,
or anything.
you didn't get any feelings like he was undead or vile or corrupted
Yeah,
in any way.
he's not built out of evil parts. He is a boy. Something's amiss.
Yeah,
He's hungry. He
wouldn't
likes
be in
his
a-
dinner.
Yeah, he wouldn't be in a cage if something wasn't wrong with him.
Yeah, no,
Why
absolutely.
is he so hungry? What could that be? Is that like an undead thing?
Yes. I mean,
Well,
it's usually a hunger for living things, which might explain the missing sheep. Up until they put the cage around him. He
We
might
didn't
not
really
be
ask
the
him
only
when
miracle.
this started, did we?
Oh, after the, I feel like they're scapegoating a shepherd here.
Oh, you might be right. Well, if the sheep reappear, then it all goes back to normal now that they just keep him in a cage. They just don't want to
Yeah.
admit that's what they had to do.
I don't think we can get the sheep back if they're gone. Unless you want to go
Do you-
out and track sheep in the werewolf-infested woods.
No, I think the sheep are consumed by the boy, right? And
The
They're
boy
trying to-
and similar entities, whoever else has been raised from the dead.
so are we trying to out the boy?
Out the boy.
I don't think it's ethical
My
to
favorite
out the boy
band
to
back
his
from the
parents.
2000s.
Then.
Out the boy.
Out the
Out
boy
the boy.
loved them.
Very similar to Fallout Boy, but
Yeah, Portugal the Man, Out the Boy, very similar kind of bands. It's a very niche joke.
It is.
I
see
love
all
it.
your thought bubbles flying around the rooms.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, cool.
I like it.
Well, we investigate the sheep boy, and maybe he's not the only boy in this village who's caged or needs to be caged.
Maybe half this
think-
town is undead.
So you're
I think-
saying we need to
I
put
think,
more
well,
boys in cages? Is
Real life in some.
Boy, the
It's
cage
just
is
that-
one of my favorites.
that what you're saying?
I think what troubles me with this is I've accidentally fallen into this whole Morning Lord scenario, right? Like, it was at first kind of, I figured it would help us out, and people seem to trust the Morning Lord. It was like a good thing in all of the bad things. So I was like, well, yeah, people need a good thing, and I try to inspire people if I can. This is a person who only sees one person twice a year on the assumption of his holiness, and then has a whole bunch of people who are destitute and not looked after, otherwise under his care, in his house, with, you know, all of their life force in the dark. That could be anything. So I'm under the impression, and blasphemy me saying it, I think we're dealing with another vampire scenario. And the reason the werewolves are kept out is I don't think their blood mixes well.
Wait, so you think
Okay.
there's another vampire other than Strahd?
Yeah, and I think Strahd's cool with it because he thinks it's funny. That's why
Wouldn't
nobody
they be
bothers crushing.
territorial about that? Like, why would he be okay with some guy hoarding all these people away
He was
from him?
okay hosting us to dinner because he thought it was fun to play with. He likes to torture his subjects.
I mean, I'm a little weirded out by the idea that there are werewolves and wolves in the woods, and that's what's keeping Crest contained. Why
I
aren't
think
the
this
werewolves going
Could
elsewhere?
be a story. Perhaps there are some, but perhaps
Yeah,
Might
perhaps
be
that's just one of the stories to keep them in
Maybe they're-
fear.
they're
Okay, that
making those sounds to trick them.
The flowing
Right.
water, perhaps? I don't know.
yeah, but why wouldn't they go elsewhere, like the rest of Barovia, like we
Right.
did?
And it might also be under that Strahd doesn't bother them here.
You know what I think?
Sure.
I think we should sneak into the Abbey to see what this guy's up to.
See, you're right. That's probably the best idea. Say we're going to go inspect the thing. Say we didn't find anything unusual. We still have a whole day here. We can try to get into the Abbey.
Right.
I don't like it, and that's how I know it's probably a good idea.
Let's.
I know we could do it.
So we would. I mean, listen, if you guys all want to break in, I guess we'll do that. But we could also try to get to use that last use, you know?
You want to
We-
get his
What?
favor first,
The last,
and then try
the
to break
Bergenmeister
in?
use, you know, that scroll, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that would, at least if we get discovered breaking into the Abbey, we would have no goodwill or fortune with the rest of the town.
Well, I could pretend to be the Burgermeister.
You didn't say Wheel of Fortune, did you?
You can pretend to be the burger.
Sounded
Remember,
like
I
it.
can
Okay.
just disguise myself.
Yeah. Do you think you have his mannerisms down?
Hey, don't eat that sausage.
I'm trying that with like a.
Wow.
That's it.
Give
nailed
me
it.
all your,
Imagine-
give me
I'm
all your
imagining
silver.
I'm imagining that with
Oh, 1,000, no, 100.
More
Are you,
coward.
are
add
you a
more
level
cowardice.
20 wizard? Because that's incredible.
Add a little more cowardice and a browner nose, and I think you have it.
Give me all your silver right now, or I'm kicking you out.
I think it's perfect.
Honorary, very good.
I love this very much.
Was that better? Okay,
Yes.
I could work on it.
I mean, that sounded good in my head. I'm just imagining you as you saying it. That makes me chuckle.
Well, that's not the problem, though.
Well, we don't have
It'll-
to scroll.
We take the scroll. That's
I don't
easy.
think we need to take a scroll to make something that looks like a scroll. I have plenty of paper. Once we're on the inside,
Hey.
the jig is up either way. We just need to see through what we need to see.
Yes. How do we get answers once we get in there, and possibly reveal that we've lied to him?
Well, it's just him. He has no other clergy, apparently, other than sickly people.
So you want to break into the Abbey, possibly get information, but possibly also murder the abbot?
That's
The
Morning
fine.
Lord shines his light upon all it. He doesn't shine
mean,
his
that-
light upon
He
all
seems
twice,
like a bad
that'll
guy.
go
twice a
over
year.
really
That isn't
well with
his.
the
That isn't
town.
in his doctrine. This man is not with the Morning Lord, and if he is,
No.
he is esoteric beyond the Morning Lord's books, and I can't explain that.
You don't have a problem murdering bad people, Uncle. I know that.
Yeah, that guy who bit your ear off, he can't talk still. Remember? Your ear grew back, though. It was the weirdest thing.
You didn't
Your
bite
ear was
my ear.
supposed to have scars, but it's fine now.
All right, Trip, let's focus, please.
Right. I think we go check out the sheep and get bored with that. And while following leads, those are air quotes. None of you can see them because we're in our minds.
Quote unquote air quote.
While we're inspecting that, we accidentally find ourselves impersonating the Burgermeister and breaking into the abbey to figure
Say
out
it
what's
loud and
actually going
proud,
on.
brother.
Say with chest.
No, that's as proud as I get. Sorry, this does
I
feel a
see.
little sketch. I'm not totally into the plan, but it does seem like the best course of action to getting things done. And well,
Right.
that's the Mildwood motto, isn't it? Get it done.
Right.
That's what you say all the time, Dad.
I say it all the time. Especially when it's leading us into a trap with maybe another vampire that probably wants to kill us.
Alright. So you have a plan.
Do we have a way of getting information from the abbot before we possibly do what we have to do? Is there a way to get it?
If he really is with the Morning Lord, we'll be able to get the information from him. And if he isn't with the Morning Lord, then that complicates things.
But we don't think he
we don't,
is, though,
we don't
right?
know until we
Well,
visit him.
I was more asking Gemma and Octavius. They're
Yes.
the most talented in that front.
Thank you.
Can literally make people tell the truth.
So can
Well,
I.
I'd rather not kill him immediately. I'd rather us convince him to tell us what we need to know in a nice way. Because we're so good at that. But, if he does end up dead, we could speak with
Because
him
he's not
after
going to
he's
find
dead.
breaking into his house a problem at all. He's going to be happy that you've
Oh,
done it and super friendly.
He'd be
after that.
proud
About it.
and like very impressed. So if he's dead, we could just speak with the dead afterwards, or hopefully find something in his abbot that would help us find the location.
In his abbot?
The abbot in his abbey.
The abbot abbey
Abbot
in
abbey.
his
Abbot's abbey.
abbey.
There you
I didn't want to say anything,
There we go. Yeah.
but I chuckled.
Okay, so y'all just going to stay here the night and then do that in the morning, or
Guess so.
is that the plan?
Yeah.
He's like, you sure? You sure? You
Great
little
plan.
idiots? Are you sure?
No, I'm just checking where we're at.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is
yeah.
gonna go
I
poorly,
feel
but I
like we're
love
going
it.
to change our plan midday anyway, so...
All right.
True.
Well, you will be awoken in the morning by a
boy.
loud banging coming from the front door.
Oh. Okay.
Wake up! Wake up! You must come quickly!
He probably doesn't mean us, right?
No, but I'm rushing out there anyway.
Yeah, it's like,
Lord of the morning, I hate this.
what's the boy? There's no boy in the cage.
No, he's not there.
Nobody's
boy in the
anywhere. Okay,
What? No
I will.
boy?
I will open the door.
Okay, there is
Boiler's
a
cage?
boy, not the boy.
Thank God. Oh no.
He says, where is the Burgermeister? Quick, fetch him immediately! Something terrible has happened!
I'm gonna run into this room, and
They are not there.
I'm gonna run back into this room and go. The family is missing.
Effective
Family is
immediately.
missing.
How can we help you?
All of them. The boy in the thing
I was
and
told
the
to get
Burgermeister.
I was called to come and find Dimitri and bring him to the sheep farm immediately.
We can help. Let's go.
Okay, this way. I mean, the kid seems completely flustered at this
You can
point.
trust us.
I'm gonna give Gemma a high five.
I
That was really
reciprocate.
that
All of
was
you
that was
guys.
slick. Way to go, Chan.
Oh, also Gemma,
Outside.
portents.
Where the
How
fuck
important.
did...
I get new
Important.
portents.
Important.
I'm missing a person.
I put myself off the map and then I disappeared. So
Oh,
I'm
then you
somewhere
if you
still
put
on
if you
the
put
house.
yourself off the map, you have deleted yourself,
Well,
my dear.
I'm off the map too.
Well, I walked
Wow,
out
two
the door. I
successes.
thought it would.
Wow, Jane.
No,
That's
it doesn't
good
work
for
that way.
some things.
Enemies,
no.
yeah.
Attack
Yeah.
rules.
Yeah.
Yes, I can sit this one out, guys.
No, I'll put you back
well.
on.
Bye, Doug.
Well, the kid will take you down the street to this little farmstead
Doesn't
right
care.
here.
Really mad about it. I had pizza today.
It was
course he
delicious.
It's just a perfect day.
It's a pretty big map,
Had pizza.
so
I'm
just a
hungry,
perfect
so I don't like when we
day.
talk about it before
I want
we're
to
done.
eat myself.
Jeremy's making pork, orange tacos,
What orange tacos?
What did you say?
I'm
orange
gonna
salsa
DoorDash you a
tacos.
goddamn
I thought you said
sub.
I thought you said pork porridge
Need it.
tacos.
Porridge.
I was like, I don't know what that is.
Those
Yeah.
sound
Not something
lovely.
to brag about.
I don't know about that.
Porridge
Doesn't
tacos.
sub to
I
the
don't know
channel
about
and
that
makes
one,
you
guys.
porridge.
Porridge tacos.
Hey,
It's just porridge in a tortilla shell.
alrighty.
It's just slopping out like.
Slop.
Okay, the kid brings you to the gates of this farm. You guys are right here.
Okay.
Oh, it's a CAFO.
Looking all the way through into the center, you can see, basically standing over a well, a fairly large-looking individual holding a farming implement, just staring down the well.
Who's
you
in
here?
the well?
Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello.
Wait, really?
Hello. Yeah.
Oh, I love him. Protect him at all costs.
Okay, let's go in.
If
Yeah,
we have
the
to
gates
kill-
aren't
If we
locked,
have
so
to
you can
kill
push your
all
way
of
in.
Kresk to save this boy, that's what we're doing.
Okay. Yeah, you can push yourselves in. And I'm zoomed in pretty well, so if you don't move yourselves, you won't be on the map.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of all rush in.
Well, I'm a super
The big fellow turns to look at you all. And he says, hello.
Are you Luca?
Hi, Luca. Yes.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Luca.
You are not the
Burgermeister sent
Burgermeister.
us.
Oh,
No.
you come because of Burgermeister.
Yes.
Good.
Did you see him this morning?
No. I sent boy to get him, no. They gone. All gone.
All the sheep?
All gone.
Well, that's not good.
Where were they? Being held.
He kind of points northwards to the south where the pens are. He says, they were all in there asleep. And now they gone. Even my favorite gone. Luca not smart, but Luca know. They in the dirt. They in the dirt. Same place as Luca's dad, in the dirt.
Oh, buddy. I'm gonna walk up and kind of pat him on the shoulder, like, try and comfort him.
Okay, he says, oh, you are nice. Luca like you.
And we try to be nice.
And he'll hug you, he'll basically give you a side hug. And
sweet
clearly
boy.
he is quite strong. I mean, he's as big.
Yeah.
He's as big as Seth. He's a big dude. He says, my favorite was Brownie. Brownie used to let Luca pet her. One day, also last night, Brownie gone. I donned her head, but no Brownie in dirt too.
We
Luca-
did. No, go ahead.
Oh.
No, no, go
Did
ahead.
you see any footprints anywhere?
Nothing, they just gone. Poof. Luca come
corroborate
out this
that?
morning. I go to feed them. I always feed Brownie first. They always make a fun noise when I feed her. But not this morning. She not there.
Because of the dirt. Yeah.
I think she in the dirt.
Is this one of the entrances to the pen? Like, what are these?
Yeah, that's like... So this building right here is like a big barn, and then north of here is like a big barn.
And okay, so this is like one of the side entrances or whatever,
Yeah.
or the doors. I'm gonna go to it.
Okay. He says, "Let me show you. You come with Luca. You come too, my friend. I like you. You're nice." And he kind of pulls on Trip's tunic when he says, "You come too."
Oh yeah, I'll follow him.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll wait.
Yeah,
for
he'll
him.
go down here and open up the doors to the barn.
Oh,
Okay.
oh
He
no.
says, "This is where they sleep, but just gone."
I'm gonna lean my head back and be like, "Hey, Dad!" And then seeing him
Yep,
run
yep.
up, I'm just gonna be like, yeah, no, this is, you've seen these kinds of things. You have experience with these kinds of things. What happened?"
Yeah, let me just give it a little whiff here, if I could. And I'm gonna try to see if I can
Sniff.
smell something.
All right, go ahead and give me a perception skill roll using sniffing, which means you get to use advantage.
Correct. Okay.
Ooh.
There we go.
All right, nice.
Very
So
fresh.
there is a definite bovine smell and a very strong irony smell. You can clearly smell fresh blood, but you're not picking up the scent of anything else. There's no, with the 26, there's no canine or anything like that. There's nothing else, nothing predatory that you can smell in the air.
Okay. And no tracks or any sort of footprints in the.
Well, that was you smelling. So
Yes,
if
okay,
anybody
so-
wants to look for tracks,
I would look for that as well. Unless someone's
okay,
a better
that would
one.
also be a perception skill roll.
I'm gonna hang back till.
Actually, for you, you can use your survival skill as a ranger, right?
That's what I was gonna ask.
Because you can
yeah.
actually do tracking specifically, which means rather than just seeing something, you could actually identify stuff.
Okay. Yeah. So I will do that.
Alrighty.
Okay.
The only footprints that you can find are the cloven feet of sheep, and human boot prints. No other animal prints at all.
Okay. Does my little Sherlock eyes notice that the boot shape is different than his boot shape?
There are several different types of boots, so it's not just his that have been here.
Well, there's no animal, obviously, but other than the sheep. But I'm not really getting anything else. I'm not sniffing anything else.
You want to see the other sheepy's house? I can show
yes.
you to the other sheepy's house.
Let's do that, right?
You follow Luca. And Luca will go out and lead you northwards to this other barn.
Okay, I'm gonna put my nose to the ground and sniff in here too.
Okay. He stops when he gets to this first pen. He says, "This was Brownie's house. I'd be sad now no Brownie, but at least I have new friend." "What name, friend?" "I Luca." "Oh, this friend cannot speak. He muted."
Me?
I am muted. That's so funny. It's
Oh, I was like, I didn't see the icon.
I'm Trip.
"I like you, Trip. You are nice. We will be friends." "Yes,
That makes me happy, Luca.
you are nice to Luca." Yeah, it's maybe with all the pungent smells from the other, it's kind of clogged your nose a little bit, but you're certainly not picking up anything else. It's really
Okay.
no different than the other place, to be honest.
And any tracks differently in here? Should I do another?
You can make another
Checks.
perception skill roll or wisdom roll. Yeah, please. And again, you're going to find the hoof prints and boots. That's about it.
No, nothing special in here either. Just a lot of blood.
Oh, okay.
We need. I feel like I'll be right back. I have to go back to the Burgermeister's house and grab something.
Okay.
It's how far was it? It wasn't too bad.
It's not too far. As you approach the gate, you notice that there are quite a few people have started to gather outside the farm now, like peering over the walls and watching what's going on.
Ugh, can I avoid them, or is that the only entrance?
I mean, you could, if you see them, I mean, you could hop over the fence, kind of. You could hop over the fence at the back here, sort of, and run around the back way.
Yeah, let's do that. I don't want to. They don't know who I am, so they'd probably be freaked out. They saw me.
Okay.
So I would just try to go the back way.
So as you start making your way that way, you're noticing quite a few people are actually walking on the roads towards the farm. Like, a lot of people.
Wow. Okay. I guess it's the town spectacle today. But yeah,
Okay,
I'm just gonna go back to the
Did
house.
you say that loud enough for us to hear?
Yeah,
inside,
it'll take
or-
you,
Nope.
So basically, yeah, here's Kresk. You guys are here, and you're going back to here. It's probably going to take you there and back, depends on how long in your house. It'll be about probably
back again.
15, 20 minutes.
Good
Okay.
one.
Okay, when I get to the house, just double checking they're still not in there first.
They are not.
Okay. Then I'm going to their bedroom and I'm scrounging around for like I'm looking for first a garment or something, like something that the Burgermeister owns that I can tell he wore. Or
Yeah, I mean,
if
you'll be able
he
to
was like
find you'll be able to find
Yeah.
large man's clothing.
Okay.
So it's obviously his.
Okay. Then I will grab that.
Okay.
And since nobody's in there, I'll just do that there. I'm going to scry this just to see where the Burgermeister is, to see if he's involved.
Oh,
Oh,
Okay. Alrighty. And let's see. You have first-hand knowledge of him because you've met him. The DC 16 save. And you're using the garment as well. So let's see. Yeah, I mean, I'm not even gonna roll for it. Yeah, I mean, he is wandering down the street here, with one of the peasants, just walking down the street, here in town.
And is his son around him?
He is not, and neither is his wife. He's with one of the locals, and they seem to be just chatting away.
Then I will sneakily do one more thing while I am in the house, and I'm gonna go over to the cage
Okay.
and look for like a bit of nail or a hair from the boy, and I'm gonna scry on the boy.
Okay.
That's what Chrissy
man.
does when we're at the gym.
I scry.
Let me scry on the boy.
She does. She pulls out her little phone and we'll look at her little app, be like, just check on him, scry on him, and then go back to work.
Alrighty.
Go meet the boy.
You do scry on your boy.
I do.
All right.
I love
let's
it.
see. It's modified by how well you know the target. So you will get your first-hand knowledge, so no pluses, but he gets a -4, so that's a straight D20 roll then, because he had a 4. So, nope. The boy is crouched down under a tree here in the middle of town.
How's he look? Is there any blood on him or anything?
Let's see. I would say that he definitely has some reddish stains on a lot of his clothes.
Okay.
Is it blood? You can't necessarily tell, but he's got stains.
Then I'll just hang out there for 10 minutes and watch what he does before I report back.
So that's going to be 30 minutes before you're back then.
Okay.
Okay. So in that case, you're going to be sitting a while.
Oh.
Because they've got 30 minutes to do stuff.
That's all right.
Here at the sheep farm. So
Kurt lets
Gemma
out a really long yawn. Like
takes.
an uncannily long yawn.
Okay, so
Hails
yeah.
from the yawning
So
portal.
wind
kinda
back
yawn.
30 minutes. So yeah, Gemma is I mean, you told them you were going to the house, right? So yeah,
Yeah.
I tailed it out of there, and she's gone to the house. So Lucas says, "This is very bad. Very, very bad."
Yeah, but you need the sheep for the town, don't you? This is gonna be.
My dad promised that we would eat brownie last.
Oh.
I was hoping that we wouldn't have to eat brownie. But now I don't know what we have to eat.
I'm sorry that this happened.
Me too. Makes me sad. I wish it wasn't as bad as this. I wish my dad was here. He would know what to do. But I don't know. I'm not smart. Luca's a dunderhead.
Oh, come on now, big guy.
Hey, bro.
Bet you know lots of stuff.
Yeah.
I know how to look after sheep. Sheep friends. Sheep like Luca. Even the one that kicked me in the head. Even he likes me.
That's good stuff, bud.
Hey, Doug.
Yeah. Yeah. What's
Why
up?
don't you do your therapy dog thing? Cheer him up.
Oh, that's a great idea. Oh, okay, hold on. I don't want to freak him out though. I'm just. Gonna,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
Go
wander
behind
into
I'm
him.
gonna
the
stand.
stalls.
I'm gonna stand to block the view.
I'm just gonna check for some more blood over here. Hold on.
Alright, yeah, you get a really weird sensation come over you as you feel your nose getting bigger and your legs getting smaller. And
Ow! 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 Ow!
it's not painful, it's just very weird.
Color gore? It is. I'm gonna.
For color.
Yeah, I really need
you can have it be painful if you want, by all means.
I want it grotesque.
I want to
do
take
this.
1 HP of damage every time.
Okay.
Just for color.
I'm gonna put my arm around Luca, who's sad. I'm gonna be like, "Listen, buddy, we got a gift for you for a little while. Close your eyes."
Uh-oh. Luca likes surprises.
I'm gonna stand back with Octavius and just be like, I don't know
Yeah.
what they're doing.
Yeah.
But they're getting along.
I'm gonna stupidly wave for Doug, who's probably not in my line of sight.
Roar.
I'm gonna be like, "Come on, now!"
Roar. Like I'm running out.
Okay.
Surprise!
It's a doggy. Hello, doggy. What's your name,
just start-
doggy?
I just sit and pant.
Alright, he roughly pets you. He's not trying to hurt you, but he's a little heavy-handed.
He's Lenny.
Yeah, this is of mice and men behavior. Like, I love this boy.
I like
I'm gonna
this doggy.
lick his face.
I
and
can
hand.
keep doggy?
Oh no, we gotta comfort the entire town. There's a lot of sad people.
Oh.
But for now,
My
while we
father
wait-
told me not to be selfish. I think I understand. But I like Doggy. Look, I like his ears. And he grabs hold of your ears and starts flapping them. His ears remind me of Brownie. She had floppy ears too.
As soon as I get a chance to get out of his hands, if he like lets go of me, I'm gonna like jump back and then be like in a little play stance of like and like look at Seth like like let me out of here, bro.
Yeah. Do you have a ball or twine or something to throw? We'll fetch it.
Oh, I know. Alright, he goes running out.
I just shrug at Doug.
Right.
I'll
He
give you
goes
some.
over to one of the carts where they had a whole bunch of like oranges that they had staved up, which they've been feeding the sheep apparently. And he gets one and comes running back with it. It's about this time that Doug, as you run outside, you'll hear voices from outside the gate. There he is! Over there! Look! What have you done with our sheep, you idiot?
I'm gonna grab his pant leg with my
And
mouse
he's
and
like,
just start pulling him backwards.
just waving at these people.
Or I'm tugging him backwards.
Good boy. Keep that up. Doug, Seth, we gotta go deal with this really quick. If we can.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep tugging him until he gets back into the stables if he'll follow me. I don't know.
Okay, you're going to pull it. He will.
Yeah, okay. Then
Ironically, he's far more interested in the fact that he has a dog to play with than what's going on outside.
We'll continue playing fetch inside here.
Okay, yeah, he'll roll the orange
All right.
and you go get it.
Perfect. That's what we're up to.
I'm gone.
Okay. Yeah, so at the front, you guys can basically see there is quite a little mob starting to form. Lot of people beginning to kind of like congregate outside the gate. And they're starting to get a little kind of rowdy.
Should I address them? I'm generally good at that, right? I can address them, right?
I mean, you or Octavius are pretty good at it, so.
Octavius
Me?
will probably scare them. Octavius will probably
you're-
scare them back into their closets. We don't want to.
Well, you're a boy. You're disarming that way.
Laughing, I'm gonna kind of walk forward.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
kind
I mean,
of depending on the other two as set pieces at this point. Like you have this shiny boy and this big strong man. Hopefully that's scary enough to where they don't want to.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of them, and they're
Yeah.
just getting more and more and more as time. It seems to be like the majority of the town is slowly kind of congregating this way.
I'm gonna go ahead and pull out that little horn and not think about.
Time-wise, Jane, you've just about got to the house.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna pull out my little horn that I have.
Oh
Okay.
no, not this again.
I'm not playing it magically or anything,
Put your horn
but I
away.
am going. I'm going to
There's
to
the money
blow
sacks.
What are
my
you gonna do?
horn,
Okay.
like just like a ba to get everybody's like attention, so they shut up.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna be like, on behalf of the Burgermeister, understand, the Mildwood Company has been sent to inspect this. We will see it to its end. Any efforts you put forward here currently would be wasted energy.
Where is the Burgermeister? Why isn't he here?
I'm not sure.
Why isn't he here? Where is he?
He left out this morning. He sent us to go handle this. He trusts us in his esteem.
He's fled! He's fled rather than face the wrath of the village. He knows we're all going to starve. He's
Where
ran
would-
for it. Oh,
where
we're
would he-
doomed! Oh!
Where would he flee? Where would he flee? But into the mouths of wolves. He wouldn't do such a thing. Kresk is his home, and it's been his home for centuries. It's not going.
He might have been willing to brave the possibility of wolves rather than certain starvation.
Not after centuries of staying here proudly with a namesake that names the city
We
itself.
always had enough food before. What are we going to do with no sheep? No wool to keep us warm? No milk? No meat?
Difficulties.
And the winter's come early? Yeah, the winter's here early. He knows about this. Why didn't he do something?
He
Where
learned
is
about
he?
it at
He's
the
not
same
even here
time
to
as you
answer to
did, and
anything.
I haven't a clue where he is. I frankly am not that privy on his matters. However, I am sent to handle this matter, and your quarrels are not with the sheep, are they?
No. They're with that buffoon, that idiot that's allowed this to happen. Now get out of the way. We're going to take care of this once and for all. We should have done something about it when his father left. And they immediately start to push towards the gate.
I'm gonna cast fear.
Okay.
I'm done with that shit.
Alrighty.
Damn. Not even an opportunity to fight them with my goddamn charisma. I'm gonna shoot them with a spell.
I mean, it depends on what you're going to do with this charisma. Right now, they're angry, they're upset, and they're scared, and they are a mob. And they're starting to turn into a angry mob.
I mean, instinctively, I would try to.
And there are
hold
only,
back the
let's
gates.
be fair, there's a young man, a small boy in their eyes, and one dude. You don't really come across as a formidable force against an entire mob, just by visuals.
Okay, so while the
but you're
spell
doing
is being
fair, right? So go ahead and cast your
I'm
fear
looking
spell.
for this spell. It's somewhere in here. There's ever since getting these damned paladin levels, I have so many goddamn spells now. It's harder to find. I think it's level 1. It might be level 2. It sounds like a level 3 actually. Hold on. Let me scroll up. Yeah, it's level 3. Okay.
I like the sound effects.
That's what spells sound like. Pew. Okay. All right, DC 17. Alrighty. 30-foot cone must succeed in a wisdom saving throw. I mean, that'd be
peasants.
pretty much all of them in the middle.
Yeah, I figured I would stand at a range where it would work, but I wasn't sure what the scale of the map is.
It's accurate. 10-foot squares.
Okay, so I'd stand a bit back, but yeah, just to get as many as I could.
So if you're going to stand there, 30-foot cone is going to kind of go.
Yeah, if I cut out the middle, they're all gonna leave.
Yeah, you'll get you won't get the 3 on the outside and the 2 on the top outside, but we'll get a roll here. Okay, so we got 17. No, so let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them. Let's just roll 9 d20s, shall we, and be done with it.
I mean, as I step forward casting this, the
There's
ones
6
who
of
are
them.
imagining it are imagining it.
So that's
the
1,
ones-
2 passed,
2
and then
passed.
we need 3 more. Okay, so only 2 passed. So basically, initially, a core group of them are going to bolt. So let's move out some of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay.
Yeah, as I walk forward,
They all
I'm
just suddenly like
hitting everybody.
yell and scream and turn and run, and the others are like,
I'm going to
are you
address the
doing?
ones who are doing that and just be like, I speak with the will of the Morning Lord. I am the voice of the Weaver, the Huntress, and the Seeker all at once. You will leave this place.
And behind him, I'm going to go, ooh.
they
I'll draw
all
my
kind
big
of,
ass sword too if it helps. Like, goddamn.
Oh boy, not this.
I'm tired of these
yeah,
assholes.
they'll kind of like look at each other and definitely start casually like backing away from the fence, looking very kind of unsure of themselves at this point and a bit more bewildered.
I'm a goddamn Jesus freak. Get away from me. I'll pray you into oblivion.
Okay, around about now, you guys are gonna see. Let me see, where is he? What did I do with them? I moved him somewhere. Where did I move him? Oh, there. Oh, there's her and... Who's Burgermeister Man? Okay. About now, the Burgermeister actually starts coming up the road.
Oh, come on.
With one other peasant. And at that point, he's like, "What is going on here? What is all this riot? What is everybody doing?" And then he'll see you. He goes, "Move, excuse me." He'll kind of push his way in and come up to you two. Says, what? I see you decided to come and investigate the farm early. What have you found, and why are all these people outside? I saw groups of them running, as if they're for their very lives.
That was me. They came here to cause some problems that, frankly, would not have helped anything. We have a lot to talk about. Please carry on inside. And I'll point to the south one to avoid pointing him.
He'll
to the
turn
north.
around and say, "Good people, let me speak to my friends here, and we'll see what is going on. For now, just calm yourselves, please." Okay, so you're gonna kind of get him to go into this barn here. Alright. He'll head down in there.
I'm gonna sheath my goddamn big ass sword and then turn around kind of menacingly.
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of like nudge Octavius to be like, "Hey, how did I do?"
Oh, that was very good. Sorry,
Hell yeah.
I'm falling. Tagging behind you. Yeah. Did you hear what I did? Did you hear what I did behind you?
No, I was kind of staring everyone down. It was
No,
a lot of adrenaline.
I went. Ooh, just to like get that little.
Oh.
Not only make them feel afraid, but like a little like, oh man, like you know what I mean? That little like, jeez, I messed up. You know, like a little bit of guilt, like a little.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, hey, it's no competition, right? I'm gonna kind of like push him a little, as if to like make him hit these like stacks of wood.
Yeah.
It's like,
All right. Okay. I'll kick your foot as you walk past me through the door.
damn it, I love
Tripping you on the way in.
It's ironic. Smack my face on the door.
Yeah. So you just hear two loud bangs as these two boys just kind of.
Yeah, I just
the
look
door.
at you guys, but I don't say anything.
We're laughing. You can tell we're just kind of.
It's all good fun. We're just
Yeah,
messing around.
we're
Just
just-
So what
nothing
is
wrong
going
with a
on?
little horseplay every once in a while.
Also, you said that it was you that made them all run? What did you do?
I simply tapped into the will of the Morning Lord to disperse them. They were willing violence in Kresk that was not befitting.
Yeah, they wanted to kill the boy who's in the north building.
Kill Luca? Why?
Well, they think he did this. And then I'm going to point at the
The
stalls.
problem's a little
Okay,
bigger than
and
they
at
thought.
this point is when he'll notice all the blood spat. He goes, oh.
All of them are gone. Even
What?
Brownie, the deer.
Oh,
Yeah.
what? Oh, disaster! Oh, what has happened?
Something has killed every single bit of livestock you had left.
Oh, and you do not understand what you have done. Do you not realize? You said that you somehow scared the villagers, and you are here for one night. You are outsiders. You came here last night, and now you have terrified the villagers, and all of this happened while you were here. They're going to blame it on you. They're going to think you've done this.
We
Better
were.
us than you.
No, what? No, Trip. What? No.
We aren't staying here.
Well, still, we didn't do this.
I
We
would
were-
caution you from antagonizing the locals.
But we were in your house. You weren't there with your family when we woke up.
But I'm not saying you've done this. I am saying to a simple rabble of locals that are very superstitious, for the first time in months, we allow strangers into our home, and the very next morning, all the sheep are dead. And to make matters worse, You scared them somehow, did something to terrify them. Do you not see how this could possibly backfire?
They were
We
calling
must-
to kill an innocent boy.
Well, we wouldn't have allowed them to kill an innocent boy, but
They were.
do we know
ramming
that
the
Luca
gates.
is not responsible? Can you confirm that that is the case?
I mean,
I
he
don't-
was. Well, wait. When we got here, he was playing with his echoes.
Yeah, he was quite terrified and called a young boy to send for you, and you weren't at home, so he
No,
got
this
us.
morning I had other business here in town. I tend to rise very early to take care of matters. We have limited number of hours of daylight here, so I do not have time to lay in bed in the mornings. Jane, incidentally, you know the scrying that you're doing?
Yeah.
You said you were going to scry on the boy for 10 minutes? Yeah, the boy's acting a bit weird now. He's rolling around on the floor holding his stomach, just so you know. Okay. Anyway,
Okay.
Oh. Moving on.
he says,
I fear pleasantries have passed. Your boy is not behaving regularly.
well, of course he isn't. This was to be expected. We were told that he had been buried for so long that it would take him time to adjust. We regrettably even had to keep him locked in a cage, just so that he wouldn't eat us out of house and home. He would wake up and raid the pantry, and unfortunately, as much as I want my boy to be fed, supplies are very limited, and, well, we cannot have one young boy scoffing himself silly and eating all the food.
So hungry he could eat a sheep, perhaps.
What are you saying?
Well, have there been other resurrections?
No,
No, just your boy then.
he was the first.
And that was because your one use of the scroll, right? The abbot.
I used it to beseech the abbot to bring my son back. My wife was so distraught, you do not understand. It was like she herself losing her last child. I mean, are these your boys? They look similar to you. Can you imagine if you'd lost every single child only to have one left and then he was snatched away from you?
I mean, it depends on the child.
Well, my Ilya is a good boy.
Octavius like we know who we're talking
Ilya has been a good boy, a faithful son. He is not to blame here, and I resent the fact that you even implicate that that is the case.
It
No,
might not be a force of his own nature.
I don't
we-
care whether it's a force of his own nature or not.
Sir, we think it's the abbot's doing. Not your boy. I mean, not necessarily your
That's
boy.
preposterous. The abbot is nothing but a benevolent and kind and holy man. Why would he have to do with... Why would he kill sheep? What would the purpose be?
Well, he has. You said to yourself, he has people in there, right? That you don't know about. That just
We
the
know of them.
destitutes and the. Well,
But
maybe they did
anybody
it.
that... You know, it is Barovia. Sometimes children are born, people are raised, and they are ill-formed. They are outcasts of society. They have nowhere to go. He takes them in, gives them refuge. In return, they help maintain the abbot, or the abbey.
Okay, but they have to eat too. No,
They eat, yes, of course.
if source resources are limited.
Are you
how does the
suggesting we
abbot have-
starve them because they are deformed?
No.
No, I'm saying no. That's what I'm saying at all. I'm saying, how does the abbot have enough food to take care of them?
Well, obviously, the village provides. Everybody shares. It
Maybe-
falls upon me to distribute the wealth that we have in the ways of the food and the wine and the milk and everything.
So
The
maybe
master I am, the you not.
Huh.
That is an impossible.
It is a
balance to
difficult
strike.
task any year, but now we had 50 sheep only 4 weeks ago. Now we have none. That means no wool, no meat, no sheep's milk. There is no possible way that this village can survive the winter.
Not all of them. Perhaps now would be a time.
To pick and choose who we let live and die, is that what you
No,
were saying?
no. but perhaps an escort to Vallaki.
That's why don't we use your other? We should meet with the abbot, all of us, you and everybody here, my family, because then we'd at least get answers.
Right.
I understand there's difficulty in doing so, but it seems that we are at a point where we truly must regather all of the voices which, frankly, in this realm have soul to argue.
I do not care about the rest of this realm. I only care about Vallaki.
But you are within the realm that you find yourself. You've septured yourself in some way. You've found security. You've built walls. You are safe here. That is commendable and actually a miracle. You've done well. You and your family line have done very well for Kresk. We are at a point in time where survival for your city, town, what you call this, fortress, survival for Kresk cannot be ascertained without the aid of the surrounding lands. And while you have a moat of wolves to worry about, I simply mean, if there is any way by which this can be achieved, it's going to take full cooperation of all parties. We are strangers to you, and you've welcomed us. We are grateful. But we are also instrumental in your success, if you would have us.
I am willing to obviously look to you for assistance, but it seems to me that you seem more bothered about getting answers to your own problems than you do about helping my village.
Our problems would free you.
Well, I was
should
just
they be released.
I was just going to say we can do both, because it's right here. We get answers for your problem and get answers for us. And then afterwards, we get you your wine and we get you supplies from outside sources.
And if the abbot says to you he has no idea what you're talking about and doesn't have the answers, then I have wasted my one chance to commune with him?
We still help you.
Do you have any evidence that the abbot has this information, or is it merely a hope and a dream?
I mean, but it is the only other explanation within the walls of this town.
What, that the abbot knows the answer to your question?
To both your problem and... Because that angry mob is most of your residents, or half of your... I don't know what they were. I mean, how many live here fully?
There are some 60, 70 people here in Kresk at most.
Okay, so if we ask all 60 and 70 people and they don't know what's going on and they're scared and blame it on the kid or us, that leaves only the abbot and the people within the abbot at the abbey, right? So wouldn't you have to get answers that way? Because if we bring you supplies and other livestock, what's to say the following night it'll happen again? You will have no answers.
I'm more concerned about what's going to happen now there are no sheep. Whatever it is that's doing away with our sheep, if they're to be, if it's to believe to be that they are being killed or taken away or devoured, well, what's next? The people? We need answers to this problem before we start looking for others.
Right, and it seems to be happening.
The most pressing.
You guys by now can actually hear that there is quite a rabble again. It sounds like the mob is back, and it's a lot louder than it was last time.
I'm gonna kind of poke my head out the door and see the crowd, and then just kind of poke back in. Permission, if I may, frighten them once again.
He says, I don't see how riling up the peasants and making them more angry is going to help.
Not angry, afraid. That's a separate emotion.
Yes, they were afraid before, but now they're back, and now they have tools and implements. It looks like now that they want to harm you in some way. Which, of course, we will not allow to happen, but I don't think that scaring them away momentarily is going to solve the problem. And now you can actually hear them starting to scream out, bring Luca out. We want justice. If we're going to starve, he's going to hang.
Do they really think that one boy was able to eat, remove, and disappear all of these sheep at once?
He says, let me talk to the mob. Let me see if I can reason with them. They will listen to me at least. And he'll like go outside.
Yep.
Good people, please.
We're standing behind him, like I'm not gonna let him die. Like
Okay,
holy shit.
Jane, so it's right about towards the end of the 10 minutes. The boy is now on his feet and is scampering towards the farm at this point.
Start
He's hungry.
heading towards the farm
Okay.
and the boy. Try to find him.
No, it's not doing that. Stop. Thank you. Okay. He says, Good people. Now you need to listen to me. Luca obviously is not responsible for the deaths of these sheep. They say, he's the one that was supposed to be taking care of them. He allowed this to happen. It is his fault. Even if he didn't kill them, he's complicit. He didn't do his job properly. He was supposed to be taking care of the flock. Now look what's happened.
God, do I have calm emotions?
Octavius.
What?
Get your father.
Okay. Where?
Also,
North.
Yes,
if you
I'm going.
can preoccupy him, keep him away from here, maybe get him to sneak out. I don't know.
Okay.
I'll walk up here.
All right. I'm going to zone out a little bit more so you can see more. Okay. Yeah, when you go in there, basically, your dad is lovingly playing Chase the Orange across the barn floor with Luca, who clearly has not tired of this game yet.
Okay. Hey, boy. We need you at the front gate, please. Got it?
Okay.
No,
come
not
on,
you.
doggy.
No.
Doggy, come, doggy. Doggy, come.
Well, hold on. Wait. Hold on. Watch.
And then I'm gonna. Does he have the orange in his hand?
I mean, either that or it's in
He's been throwing
Douglas's
or
mouth. One or the
wherever.
other.
Okay, wherever it is, I'm gonna grab it.
Okay.
Look at him, throw it, run after it, put it in my mouth on all fours, and run back to him.
Okay.
And, just look at him.
He will.
And I'm gonna give
in laughter.
Yeah, the
Starts
kind
to
of
clap
head
loudly.
movement to Douglas.
Roar.
Go to the front gate.
Oh.
Run, rate.
I'm talking dog.
Okay.
Sorry, I
Okay.
have to speak her language. I apologize.
I'm gonna
Or his
run
language.
out
In
just
dog form?
out of sight. No, once I'm out of sight of
Okay, so like once they're
Those
down
two.
here playing or whatever, you're gonna transform
yeah,
back.
I'll
So I'm distracting him so she can do that.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Sounds like you're taking a dump.
I don't like any of that.
Ooh, okay. Oh, okay. Back to me. And I run outside, I guess, to see what's
Okay,
going
yeah.
on.
So you can basically see an angry, violent mob waving farm implements in the air, and the mayor waving his arms around and stuff like that. It's about
we have
now
a party?
that you all hear a loud scream somewhere a little bit north of here, and the mob turns, and what was that? What's going on? Oh.
I'm
What-
gonna
what's-
walk up to the gate and look north too, like try to peer out from the building.
Okay, you see one woman like running for her. Oh, let me move over so that chat can see because I zoomed the map. They wouldn't be able to see at that point. Okay. Yeah, you will see a woman running, screaming for her life as fast as she can down towards the mob. And she's screaming, "It's a monster! There's a monster in the town! It's killing her! It's killing Ivy!"
Oh, well, that's our cue.
You also notice at that point you can see the Burgermeister's wife Anna is up here, and then she turns and oh no, and runs in that direction as well.
Oh God!
Oh shit! I'm gonna turn to Douglas
What-
and
what-
be
what
like,
are we-
"Wait,
what is
where's
happening?
Where's Octavius?"
He's in I don't know how to describe this, but he's pretending to be the dog now.
I'm gonna
Luca.
when I will eventually try to escape from this guy. By the way.
Okay. I mean, wherever. I mean, are you going to try to stop him following you?
Yes, I'm gonna try to do it and like sneak out, without him following me as best as I can.
Okay.
Like
So
I'm
you're
gonna
just gonna,
throw
like,
it like
roll-
to the corner, you know what I mean, and then like try to
Okay. Yeah.
get out there as best as I can.
Gotcha. Okay. Alrighty. Well, everything's kind of going weird, and you hear lots of screaming and stuff like that. At that point, the mob says, "Look! Look at it! It's horrible!" And now the mob is moving in that direction.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh boy.
No shit.
What is it? Kill it! Kill it! Everybody, kill it!
Honestly, do we just let this happen? Because
Oh my
Sounds like
god.
it's gonna solve itself.
oh my god.
Okay.
Can I divine sense now?
Yeah. What's the range of your divine sense?
I'm curious to know myself actually what the range of
Like
my
60
divine
feet,
sense is.
no?
I think it's 60 feet.
Yep.
I'm gonna leave the barn and just watch, kind of.
So 60 feet is gonna be. Oh yeah, there's something very rotten that you're picking up at this point. And needless to say, what you'll hear Anna say, "You leave my boy alone! He has done nothing!"
As he's about to murder someone.
And Jane is like, Gemma is like, running through the town as fast as her cloak. Yeah, basically, let me zoom in. So you guys currently are all staying inside the farm?
I left to get a better
No, yeah,
look.
no,
I
I'm
see you,
trying
yeah.
to. I was gonna say, like, can I get out through the gate and push through the crowd? Because I want to get up there to do something.
I mean, you can kind of push through, but obviously at this point, the Burgermeister is pushing through and rushing to the front to see what's going on as well.
Okay, so yeah, I'll work with him to make a channel and get up there.
Okay, so basically when you get there, you will see Anna has kind of like got one arm backwards around Ilya, the boy. Ilya has blonde hair. Ilya is wearing the same clothes, but Ilya does not look well at this point. Ilya has a much more gaunt-looking face. He has a huge distended pot belly, like he is gorged on something. And he has razor-sharp teeth, like a whole set of like shark-type teeth in his mouth.
Ooh.
And he's like going, "Ah! Ah!" at the mob. And she's like, "You stay back! All of you! Stay back! Anybody that harms my son will be thrown to the wolves! Dimitri!" And he's like, What going on? No! And they're like, "He's a monster! Kill it! Murder it! It ate the sheep! We knew it was the thing! The thing! Kill the thing!" Dimitri
It
looks
makes
at
a
Anna.
movie.
She's like, "Anna." He's like, "Anna, what is happening?" She says, "Dimitri, please." He turns to you, Trip, and says, "You and your friends, you must protect my wife and son.
Your son.
Stop the mob."
Your son is no longer your son.
And we are going to finish it right there.
Yeah, I figured.
Seems like a good spot to wrap it up
Jeez!
for the night.
Can't we just take 2 hours from tomorrow? Well, actually, the day after tomorrow. I have a lot to do tomorrow. If we could, like, the day after
Alrighty.
tomorrow, we could take 2 hours from then and put it now?
Sure. That's how time works.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, but measure. Ah, dagnabbit. Well, time for a beer. Glug, glug,
glug, glug, glug, glug, glug, glug, glug. Oh, hello there. It's me, Christy, your D&D dad. I'm here to do all the things that a good D&D dad should do. Like mow the lawn, fix some shit, drink a beer, and of course, roll lots of 20s. And if you like all this, can you pan?
Oh, sorry, Dad. Sorry. Yeah, you look good. Yeah.
You should check me out on Instagram and Twitter at Christastics. And if you like D&D content, check out my podcast, New Crits on the Block. Anyway, I love you, my children.
If you're seeing this, that means that I'm back to playing Mondays on How Reroll. My handle is Satchmo on all platforms, and if you follow me, then maybe I can...
We've been trying to reach you concerning your car's extended warranty.
Nothing!
Hi, is this my local zoologist? Yes, I'll hold. Hi, local zoologist. Yes, my name is Jane Ivana, and I'm looking for a snake that has a stinger. Yes. I'll hold. You don't have any? Alright, well, if you could look into it, you can contact me on Twitter at Jane on Twitch, that's with a 0. Anytime. Yeah, or you could catch me on my Twitch streams. I stream like once a week on twitch.tv/JaneIvana. Alright, I'll hold. Okay, thank you. Goodbye, local zoologist.
Hey everyone, it's the Snuggler. This year, Jane asked us to go quick on our outros, so I promise I'll go as fast as possible. You're just gonna put all my information on text on the screen, aren't you? Son of a...
Hey, twitch.tv/Shagget here, and I'm trapped in Barovia. I'm hiding in a dingy basement with some art, art dingy basement, nothing like what you usually see on my webcam when I do streams on How We Roll. And I'm not hiding from Strahd. Believe it or not, he's a pushy Dracula knockoff. He doesn't scare me. I'm not afraid of him. I'm actually hiding from Gorebad, my dungeon master. He's out to kill me. I think finally surviving in 10 campaigns in Arconis throughout his stories, he's snapped because of it. And because of that, he's out to really kill me this time. Contact me at @neb_convos on Twitter, please. Your support will help keep me alive, keep me on the run, keep my hope alive. I really need to see what happens to Radovan, Emlyn, and Alekma, and all my other characters that I've played. I really need to see what happens to them. I'm very curious. Oh shit, I messed up. I really messed up. I think he heard me. He's coming. See ya!
Hi there, I'm Gorebad, and thank you for watching How We Roll. If you'd like to keep up with us when we're not live on Twitch, you can check out our other forms of social media. Follow us on Twitter, @HowWeRoll. You can also follow our Facebook page. You can find the website at www.howweroll.com, and you can also find us on YouTube at, you've guessed it, How We Roll, for an absolute ton of additional content. Also, you can follow the dmblog.com for some DM tips, world building guides, and all things D&D related. Cheers, guys. That was a long walk. Okay, they said Shagget was somewhere here, and the door to where he's hiding was a blue door. So we gotta find a blue door, blue door, blue door, blue door. You're mine now, Shagget.